Oh, your head makes your hair look big.
Shut up, Mike.
Your head makes that headset look small.
Shut up, Scott.
Oh,
my lipstick.
Oh, yeah. Did you bring some for me?
Do these pantyhose over my face make me look like a bank robber?
Yes. No, the bank you're robbing makes you a bank robber.
Hey, does this white stuff on my nose make me look like I'm a coke addict?
Okay, look now.
Since Tyler's all freaked out about what the price of cocaine is.
No, it's me. I'm erasing my hand. You can't see it right now, but I'm raising my hand.
Yeah, you can. The camera's on. They can see your hand.
Okay.
Well, the people listening
how much
can't.
Today's just for fun radio quiz.
Wait. So let's word it this way: Are we fixing to discuss the new U.S. currency rate? So there's quick questions that important waking up people need to know. We need to know the cash to translation for coffee, joints, cocaine, crack, smack, meth, heroin,
and Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. I saw that. Remind me about Bitcoin. But go back to the cocaine. Not that I need the cocaine.
If I had $1 every time someone said that to me.
Go back to the cocaine. Mike, put the hooker down and get back to the cocaine.
Yeah, well, in drug terms, it's like, hey, man, get another bump? Can I get one of those?
Oh, my God. Hey, are those Powerades cold? Any answer? Anybody?
Yes.
Please get them off the table so they don't sweat.
Yeah.
There's Oz. And they won't be on counter. And then do me a favor. Oz. Get rid of that white cup that we don't know who it belongs to.
Yeah, this white cup.
Tyler stays gone 2 days if he gets everything. And we got Oz in the house.
Here's the deal. Why has it got to be a white cup?
Hey, our currency thing will have to go back into effect after Oz leaves. We don't want to put Oz through that conversation.
I'll make a note of it.
So anyways, I'm watching a movie yesterday that apparently was a couple of years old, and they were looking for something to kill somebody. And it was like a sniper or something. And they asked how they got, it was Horrible Bosses 2.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
And they were asking about how they got something kind of off record under the radar so nobody found it. And the guy goes, Bitcoin. And I'm thinking, holy cow, I just learned what Bitcoin was. And this character 2 years ago was talking about it.
We're going to talk about it tonight, man. We're going to talk about it. Ones and zeros, baby. Ones and zeros. That's what it's that's what's going to happen in the world. It's a scary, scary thought, isn't it? But seriously, do we really need to be printing up pennies and nickels? And
no,
God, man,
Tyler, don't sit down yet. I'm gonna get me a slave driver's whip and just start cracking you on your back.
What do you got here? Oh, is this a new card from the man?
It's from the man.
It's from Oz the Chairman.
Hashtag
hey,
Team
dude.
Oz.
All right.
Big money. It's missing the magnetic swipers on the back.
Yeah.
They left that out.
I mean, if you're Oz from the land of Oz, there should be some gold somewhere. I need a swiper.
Do you know what I'm working on? You don't know what I'm working on unless you heard the show yesterday. Man, purple headphones, purple tie, baby. You got it going.
Power. I'm a purple people eater, baby.
You're a purple Teletubby.
Now, why did she get excited?
I don't know.
Why did she get excited when I said, and it wasn't the purple people, it was the eater part of it that got her. I mean, she just started rising up out of it like she was part of the Exorcist or something. As soon as, did you see that, Scottish?
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, got me talking in my soprano voice.
She hasn't said a word all day.
I said purple people eater, but the eater part, when I got to the eater, she just started doing this shit and started rising.
Start beating her chest.
Maybe y'all got a couple things in common.
Purple people eater. Anyway, purple is my favorite color. Good morning, Just for Fun Radio.
Good morning.
What's happening? Oh my goodness, it's a Down Topic Tuesday, and Doc is already at it again.
She's had something. She hadn't quite figured it out.
I got shut up Mike twice before.
Make me think about the 1978 Camel Soup commercial. Good.
I love it. Love those old.
Am I the only one that just for some reason thought camel toe when he said camel? Sorry.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm not sure what this show is evolving into.
I don't either.
So, Town Topic Tuesday. One thing we want to talk about this morning is all those good old, and I started off already talking about Campbell's soup and
good, wholesome American.
But you remember those commercials from back in the day?
Oh, I loved them. Loved them.
Yep.
Now let's do a little trivia here.
Okay.
Doc, are you ready?
I'm ready.
So Coca-Cola, the most number one commercial that really put them on the map, it was what?
I want to teach the world to sing.
Not that one.
Was it the one, A Coke and a Smile?
Not that one.
That was the latest one.
Polar
I don't
Bear?
remember
Polar
the
Bear?
first one.
No, it goes back a little bit.
No,
Coke
Which
is
one?
the
real thing.
real thing.
Oh, that
is
right.
That's the
Oh,
one.
that's right,
That's
yeah.
the one. That's
Because
the
I
one
remember
that
the way
really-
they spelled real to make it
Coke,
so
Coke
big.
is the real thing. Is the one that really put them on the. But you do remember Wendy's, the one that did it from Wendy's was
Where's the beef?
Where's the beef, baby?
Oh,
Y'all
God,
are on it this morning.
Pretty close.
All
Pretty close.
right,
Do
all
you
right.
know that the largest
And the chicken is what?
The chicken?
The chicken?
Has flown the coop. I don't know.
KFC.
Oh yeah.
Finger looking good.
Finger looking good.
Uh,
All right.
the Coca-Cola thing. The Coca-Cola holds the record for the largest advertising boo-boo in business, and that's when they switch formulas to the new Coke.
Yeah.
They lost so much money.
Well, I mean, Coke made a boo boo.
They did make a boo-boo.
People could have just went to
but
Pepsi.
Pepsi made a wee wee
Mhm.
because you remember Michael Jackson hair
Oh,
caught
yeah.
on fire. So, did you want a boo boo or wee wee? Either way.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Everybody
So
just
it was Burger King that said you can do what?
wrap it, baby. No,
No, you can have it
You
your
can have
way.
it your
man.
way.
Have it your way. Absolutely.
I remember when Mr. T was
you know
doing
what I
for
mean.
Burger King
You bad boy.
Yeah.
about the Whopper.
Come here, let me stick my tongue down your throat.
Yeah, that was a Wendy's commercial, wasn't it?
Wasn't it? You know, he got his start in Atlanta in the toughest bartender or toughest bouncer competition.
Tough man contest. What?
Yep. Yep, it was in bars, and we used to do that.
So
crap
what are
as
some of
crazy.
the commercials from back in the day you remember?
Here's one for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Try me.
I remember a doctor wearing a surgical mask with a cigarette on the outside of it, and he was smoking on TV.
Was that a commercial?
It was a commercial.
Mm.
Yep, it was a commercial for.
Now I did say the 70s. I said a damn thing about the 50s and the 40s.
Ooh, easy, Doc.
Yeah, you
man,
start
Doc.
going-
Doc, can we just get him to leave or what? I mean,
Start going back that far.
you know, you can't drink beer or alcohol on camera in a commercial. It's against the law. But that changed.
So what was the commercial?
That was for Camel cigarettes.
Camel cigarette.
You remember?
And,
I remember when Camel Joe came out and Memorial Drive had like 6 signs.
78, 79 time frame.
Man,
Yeah, oh yeah. Camel
I
Joe's
remember
big
being right there where because we were saying Wendy's. I remember when you turn right at Wendy's,
deal. Uh-huh.
where you had Kmart and then the bowling alley.
Yeah.
When you would turn right over that convenience store at a 45-degree angle was that Camel sign. And I remember being a kid and just thinking that was the coolest thing ever because it was a cartoon.
Well, they went ballistic on them.
Try this one. Who was it? What was his name? And what was the name of the product? Please don't squeeze the.
Charmin.
And his name was.
Mr. Ripple.
All right. Y'all on it now.
Come on now, you got to do better than that, Mr. Maytag.
I was
Shoot.
born in 1995. I'm going to put that on the record.
You should be taking notes, young man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
There's a
typing.
lot of things he should be
I'm
doing.
typing
Man,
right
he should be signing up for a gym, fatty.
Wow.
Ooh.
Hey, I'm down. Hey, get this. I'm under 305 now. I've lost 15 pounds. I'm sexy.
Sure enough.
He found it.
Mike,
did.
that wasn't nice
He's
at
right.
all.
He's right. Hey,
Doc.
truth hurts.
Doc.
But, I'm working on it.
Have you figured out what's causing it?
Yeah, too much eating.
Y'all.
Y'all.
So have you stopped it?
No.
He's still here.
Obviously.
He's still here.
I admit my problem is I know I got a thing for cookies. Golly. And I'm going to keep eating them, unfortunately. Here, let's catch this. Just for fun radio.
I like nuts.
Oh, green giant.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right.
Oh,
There you go.
yeah,
That's
there
a
you
good
go.
one.
There you
That's
go.
a blast from
Does
the past.
everybody know that the one of the first who was, I think it was Hungry Jack, was the guy from Roseanne?
Hungry Jack. You remember Hungry Jack was the biscuits.
What do you mean, the Jack or Goodman? John Goodman?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Gobble them down and they don't come back or something, didn't they?
Hey,
Yeah.
Get this.
Do you remember the Palm Olive commercial where
Oh,
the
yeah,
fingernails
dipping
were
the
always
hand-
soaking in the
yeah.
Palm
Yeah,
Olive?
what was the commercial with Palm Olive? It says, let your
Finger? No, not
Let your-
Fingers to the Walking. That was Yellow Pages.
soak in something. Maud, but I
Maud,
remember
it
her.
says that, yeah, something like that.
Mhm.
So what's going on, little Richard?
Oh, I was just calling to pipe in just to, throw something out there.
Why-
he
why
had
we
a
gotta be a pipe?
flashback. Had a flashback of those commercials.
That's right.
That's right.
Why's it got to be a pipe? Can't you bong in or vape?
Oh, whatever.
I'm gonna start vaping. Oz, what do you think, buddy?
Is this the Starship Enterprise or something?
No,
You're gonna get beamed up, Scotty.
I'd burn that place. Wait,
What
is
did
it
you
vape?
say?
Is it vape or vamp?
I said vaping is the rich man's cigarette nowadays. You spend $25, $30 on a carton to smoke all week, or in some cases less. But then you have to go out and buy these $200 and $300 dadgum vaping machines and spend $20 a pop on the flavors.
Hey,
yeah, that's just a rich man's cigarette.
Hey, don't be a hater because you're short.
Well, I'm short, but I'm gonna live longer than you.
They have cheaper options.
Just because you're closer to the ground doesn't mean you're going to live longer. With your little legs hanging off that toilet. I saw the video.
That's right. It was a good video. I'm sorry, but that was funny.
He was pooping on a 28-inch toilet, and his little feet were dangling. So he
TMI.
Yeah, he videoed it.
TMI.
Well, I had sent a video. I'd taken a picture a week before where I was counting the tiles. So people are now competing with me on the bathroom pictures.
Get this. Periscope pooping.
And you're tuning in to Just for Fun Radio.
Periscope.
It's Town Topic Tuesday. One of the things I want to talk about on this
Little Richard will holler back.
Town Topic Tuesday.
Bye.
I think it's important that I get as many people to start coming out and being a part of the Board of Commissioners meeting on Tuesday mornings. Folks need to really start paying attention to what's going on. And the most interesting thing about this year, we're going to be entering into our budget season, which means budget hearings. What does that mean to the citizen, Scotty? That means that this is the time of the year you get to come in and watch your tax dollars get divided up and distributed, sliced and diced and sent to various different departments in the county and allocated to what is most needed for in terms of the order of the priority. And I think people ought to come out, watch, pay attention, and have something to say about it.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to start. You had brought up that you wanted to start doing night meetings at least once a month.
Once we get elected.
I'm going to start pushing that because today's hot topic that's shooting all over the Rockdale scene is some stuff about the homestead exemption kind of getting messed up a little bit and people having to pay more, but yet somebody went out and bought a new $50,000 car. So there's a lot of hot people right now. There's a lot of the Conyers people sharing what Rockdale, I think it was the Citizen that posted.
Well, you know, when it's a small community, hey, if this was happening in Atlanta, who cares, right? But a small community like ours, oh, that's a topic. Oz,
people are bringing up making the park in Milstead and spending the money on that and bringing up the car issue. And now people are saying, really, my property taxes have got to go up because somebody's not spending money properly. So that's a hot topic. And not to put you on the hot seat. I don't want to turn it into that.
Well, a part of what I do, it requires that I sit on the hot seat. So I don't have a problem about the seat being hot. It's just, it is what it is. What I want is for folks to come out and be a part of what's going on with their money.
That's right.
And have a real voice. Here's what I believe. I believe that once we take the chairman's office, we're going to have a ton of folks coming out, watching, microscoping, spotlighting, monitoring. But my thing is, where are you now?
I agree.
Where are you now? But for some reason, I think people are just somewhat a little intimidated, and they won't come out. This guy just intimidates them.
I also believe too that whole 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock meeting on a weekday, it's just kind of a mess. Because, for instance, I'd love to be there, but I can't ever seem to make it because of my time frame.
People at work.
People are trying to work.
That is a little deceptive.
Sound like to me you're trying to keep people from coming.
It sounds that way to me. And I'm offering, I want to make sure it's very clearly said, this microphone that Oz is talking on is open for anyone that would like to come in and talk. Somebody sent me a message the other day and said, well,
they saying it's not good enough for you to say it on the air. You got to reach out to those people because they're saying they're not listening to your show.
Yeah, well, that's tough shit on them.
So between
they want to know what crap's being talked about them. You better be listening.
If there's a listener out there that would like to participate in the morning show,
and pardon me for the sheet word, by the way. Yeah, I got to clean my mouth up.
Just contact me on Facebook and we'll set it up. Believe me, you'll probably get on the show within a week.
Yeah.
And what's your name?
My name is Military Mike. Everybody knows me, Oz.
So how can I find you on Facebook?
Oh, buddy.
I just tuned in, so I don't know who
Just
the heck
for
you
fun
are.
radio. That's
Okay.
it, baby.
And I had somebody send me a message that says, by law, you have to have other people on there. I said, by law, I don't have to do anything. The FCC does not regulate what I do. I don't have to answer to anyone.
But you're a fair man.
I said, but I have offered for other people to come sit on the mic. But it would take the other person to be willing to stand and speak to me for more than 3 seconds instead of when I'm at a park, he doesn't acknowledge me while he walks by. Whether he wants to admit it or not, I'm a citizen, and I got some of the media that's happening around here. And again, a lot of the people, meaning the older people that probably pay more attention to the newspaper, that's fine. But when you get in that age bracket of the 20 to 40, they're all on Facebook watching everything we do.
Absolutely.
Well, let me just tell you, because you're absolutely right. There's several of the people who've been listening, and they were listening when we got you to register to vote.
Yep.
And now that you're registered, I mean, really, people pay attention. That's
There's
a big
more
deal.
people that pay attention.
Wait a minute. That's a big deal.
Yeah,
absolutely. Let me tell you something about that demographic you mentioned. Okay, the over 40, 45, okay, they do. For some reason, they read the media. They're in tune and all that does time. I have no idea.
Well, it's actually
why.
35 to 55.
Okay, all right. The demographic below that, they're the ones who bitch and complain about everything.
Well, I was getting at is the older people are the ones that aren't picking up their phones and paying that much attention to Facebook.
Oh, no, they just read what's in the paper.
That's right.
Well, they can call
younger,
right now if they like it, 678-760-1556.
But here's another thing I want to bring up, because me and Oz are both kind of in the hot seat sometimes. The people that want to talk the most smack about us, who say that I don't know what they're doing, I don't pay attention to them. You're lying. You're lying, because you know what? I know that 90% of my haters, you bastards are sitting at home right now listening. All you ones that hate me are riding in your car saying mental note to self, write down what time he said this, and I'm going to blast him on Facebook later. So you know what? Come on. Bring it.
You can actually track and monitor who's watching you on Facebook. Did y'all know
they
that?
claim that. We've not actually been able to find the program.
I've got more people, and this started probably a good 9 months ago, but I've picked up more and more people from all over the county who are not necessarily friends on my Facebook page, but they're monitoring, watching everything that we post, and we welcome them to send us a friend request.
Oh, yeah.
But they're paying attention. And I think a lot of times people are paying attention to see if you're going to do something.
What's next?
Say something wrong.
Yep. That's why people watch NASCAR.
They're not really looking to be inspired through the work that we do or some of the things we do in terms of touching the lives of the people in the community. They're more watching to see, oh, he said this on Facebook.
Well, the new term on that is called trolling.
Okay. Right now, I'm logging on
trolling.
I'm logging on Facebook now.
Okay.
From a listener. That's the point. Is everybody's watching. Me and my wife, I try to explain to people every day. They're watching. Well, don't cut wind in a friggin' line at the grocery store. They're watching. Well, and somebody wants to rat you out.
In the law enforcement world that I spent the first part of my young adult life, you learn that everybody's watching.
Yeah, and in flight
someone's
school,
always watching.
That's the next song, by the way.
In flight school, you know what we called it? Living in the fishbowl. Living in the fish they can see from every side. Hey, if we got a listener that's watching our YouTube channel, is it clear? Is the picture clear?
Yes, I needed to work on that
today. Is it fuzzy? If you guys could give us some insight.
I watched it last night because I'm making a habit of going back to watch everything.
Yeah.
And listen for everything, because I've been noticing the over talking we get a little bit, and then the focus. I hate that I'm going to have to probably buy another camera, but good Lord.
I don't understand it either, because it was doing good for a while there.
While you're doing that, let me just bring this up. I mean, so many things that are coming up. Don't forget August. That's right. Friday, August 28th, the Midnight Barbecue, hosted by myself and the coroner, George Levitt. It won't start until midnight. Where?
Wait a minute. Whoa.
I knew you like that.
Hey, and I want to.
It's going to be a midnight barbecue sponsored by Commissioner Nesbitt and the coroner, George Levitt. It won't start until midnight.
I want you to know
at
something.
the pavilion in Old Town, the Conyers.
Walking Dead.
I've been so worried the last 4 weeks, and I'm gonna tell you something. And I'm
About
gonna
the
admit
midnight
something.
barbecue?
Yeah, I'm gonna admit something.
About that midnight
When you
barbecue.
told me that was coming, I'm like, yeah, I'm all for it. And then last time you were here, when I opened my calendar, I went, oh hell, I had a wedding the next morning. So I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to go. I've got to tell Oz. Oops.
But you know what?
Hold on. And then the lady yesterday, I was sending her a message. Remember that checking issue yesterday I was discussing? So I sent a message to a woman, and I was supposed to be doing her daughter's wedding. And at the last minute, the daughter didn't tell me they're not getting married, but the mom told me yesterday they're not getting married. So now my Saturday is freed up. So the Just for Funners.
Did you charge them a deposit? Let me say something about business for a moment. Let me say
Go
this,
ahead.
especially for small business people and entrepreneurs. Anytime you take an order for a wedding cake or birthday cake, anytime you book yourself to be a speaker or to do a radio show or entertainment at a wedding, a party, listen, get you a non-refundable deposit 2 weeks in advance, because people are people and they'll leave you high and dry. They take your talent for granted and they'll call you back and say, listen, you're not needed. Your service is not needed. You've booked a date on the premise of what they told you, and now you messed up an opportunity to make more money, buddy. Let me tell you, put it in writing. Don't make it. Don't do. Folks, it's 20. You got me going now. It's 2015, and it's too late. We should not be doing verbal agreements. Get it in. Be about business. Get it in writing. Send me my money 2 weeks in advance before I utter and grunt the first sound, baby.
Take that coffee away
You
from
see
me.
this?
Let me just tell you.
This is my biggest problem that you're discussing. You see the spotlight?
You got to have the power and the ability to say no in business. And you have to make sure people respect your craft.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
How about the fact that
I just had to get that out, because I'm telling you,
Well,
I've had folks, well, you know, you can call it what you want to call it, but I've had folks say, hey, we need a keynote speaker, and would you speak to this group? And in a day or an hour before the event, they come up with some kicking, mocking, cocking, crocking, ducking excuse. And I then went all out of the way.
Watch this now.
Used to do that. I used to do that.
Let me tell you how this happened. So the mom, I'm friends with the mom.
Sign the contract, baby.
And the mom hit me up, wanted to know if I'd do this wedding for her daughter.
Send me my money.
So then about 2 months later, I've got my money.
2 weeks in advance.
2 weeks later, 2 months later, I find out that the girl and the fiance get into a fight. She runs back to her ex-boyfriend. So now the wedding's canceled. I still got my money. Then they call me and say, by the way, I left so-and-so, but I am marrying the ex-boyfriend. I need to book you for another date since I've already paid you. And I went, the only date in August is yours that's open. She's like, but I said, it sounds like you and your new husband will be getting married on the same day. So they're okay with that. Now, a couple of months go by. Now, this is booked 6 months in advance. Now, here I've been thinking at the end of the month, I started making phone calls yesterday going, hello, I've not heard anything about money. I've not, because there's still some money owed. I haven't heard anything about what songs. We're 2 weeks out. When we get 2 weeks out and I haven't heard from you, I start calling. So yesterday it's like, I don't know why my daughter didn't call and tell you.
Well, I'm talking
canceled.
to you too, DJ Scotty. You got to be about business. The moment somebody calls you and say they want you to do something, you ought to automatically go straight to your email or your fax machine, and two things ought to go at the same time. In fact, it ought to be a part of the same document. Number one, it ought to be your non-refundable amount that you're going to need at least 2 weeks prior to the date of service, as well as a checklist of the type of music that they're going to be requesting. You need this well in advance.
And you know why? Because the 22nd and the 29th, that's 2 weddings, 2 Saturdays in a row that just
when I hire you for my party, and my party, because I never give a setup person the real actual time of the start event, because I know people. So if my party starts at 8, I'm going to tell you my party starts at 6.
Don't rat yourself out, though.
I thought.
No, I'm just saying. I want people to really think about this. Say that again.
I said, I thought you said our time was valuable.
It is valuable. Absolutely.
Why would you tell me 6 if it didn't start till 8?
Because I want
because
you
he
there
wants you there
on
on time.
and I don't want you setting up while my guests are there.
That's exactly
I want
right.
when my guests walk in the door, I want them to hear music.
Okay, so with that being said,
hold on. Is the barbecue?
Hold on. When that's being said, this is what I try to tell people. When they go, my wedding's at 3, I say, well, then you know what that means? At 2:30, I got to have music playing because people show up because they want to see.
That's right. Which means at 1 o'clock.
I got to be there at 1 o'clock.
That's right.
And they go, what do you mean you got
That's
to be there at
real
1? I
That's
said,
real business.
I'll be there 15 minutes trying to
How
find
tacky
you.
does it look?
I got to find where
when
I'm
your guests
going.
are walking in the door and the DJ is setting up.
That's right.
That's just a jacked up
or drunk.
Yeah. They say to me, well, my God, that means it's 7 hours for my wedding. I went, yes, but I've got to come in, find where I'm setting up. Then I got to unload the car, get it inside, go park the car, get back and set up. I said, what if the outlet doesn't work? I said, I have to run another drop cord.
Let me run this by you.
I got to allow that 15 minutes.
There's people expecting to see DJ Scotty on August the 28th, Friday at the Midnight Barbecue. Me and the corner.
Hey, where is it going to be again?
It's going to be at the Pavilion in Old Town Conyers. It's going to start at midnight, Military Mike.
Hey, well,
okay, so
we need to get
Friday, August the 28th.
That's my birthday.
So parking, I'm gonna have to get with Tara about parking the bus and her parking.
Yeah, the pampered.
Because what if I need to take a nap?
Yeah.
Well, listen.
Okay.
How long is it lasting, by the way?
We'll probably be out there to 2, perhaps 3 in the morning.
So
baby.
Tara, we're parking at the pampered.
It won't start to 12.
Yeah,
we're expecting.
I'm
We had over 400 people at the fish fry, so we're expecting at least 600 people to come out.
Okay.
Okay. So
the Midnight Barbecue on Friday, August the 28th.
Going off of what you said just a little bit ago. So you're telling us midnight. So we're really we're not gonna eat till about 2.
No. If I just said that the DJ's got to be there, if I just said that the DJ's got to be there, what time you think the grill gonna get fired up, baby?
Well, it's barbecue, so the grill should be sometime during the day.
By 10 o'clock, there'll be sound.
Now
or earlier.
Yeah, 9 o'clock for sure.
They're gonna be grilling for a whole bunch of folks.
Will there be alcohol?
We will not be serving any alcohol.
I just think that
there will not be any serving of alcohol.
Okay. Now the next question is
but my bus is legally able to do that.
It's your bus is legally a different country.
Able to do what?
You can sit in my bus anywhere in the state of Georgia and all sorts of other states and drink in it legally.
It's its own sovereign.
So what's your next question?
Plus, I won't be on the pavilion property.
I'm not backing into that one, but just go ahead.
You just keep walking.
Here's my next question, and this is an important question. All these people are going to be eating this barbecue. I think it's imperative that you have a taste tester there early.
Mike, so you're going to make sure it's safe for other people.
I am.
Mike, the barbecue is free anyway. Don't worry about it. Getting you a sandwich or not, Mike. The barbecue is free anyway.
Look, I'm gonna be honest, man. I've been to barbecues with black folks, man. Y'all are gonna be taking plates. Yeah, you could say that.
What makes you say that?
He can say that.
You can
now
say
he's
that.
white man privilege. Look at her mouth.
He can say that. But go ahead. It's all right.
Everybody leaves with a plate.
It's all right.
Everybody leaves with a plate.
What you mean? Take a plate with them?
Yeah.
Well, it is what it is.
Yeah. So I want to make sure I get there.
Put the spotlight on you, sir.
Hey.
I mean, that's another town topic too for what white folks do when they're eating. I'm not even getting into that. So there's eating etiquette that everybody needs to know about, and some of the things that y'all do when you eat.
Oh yeah.
And I just hate for you to be eating a bag of chips while you standing over the bowl and stuff dropping out your mouth back into the bowl.
Double
that
dipping,
everybody's no, it's double dipping and dripping and all double chipping.
So, one of the listeners,
nasty. Just nasty. Coming in from the outside, ain't washed your damn hands. Just nasty.
So look,
you got me started.
Go ahead.
Tell me about what white folks do at a barbecue.
I can't believe he said that.
Doc.
And people wonder why I want to keep him on a leash.
Where you at, Doc? You let me have this by myself.
So listen, one of our listeners want to know what's on the cooking menu that night. What is it that's being cooked?
White folks want to know what's being cooked.
Well, I'll try to give y'all a hint.
Well, Mike's going to be doing some wake and bacon in the bathroom.
It's hosted by me in the corner.
So thighs, we cooking some thighs.
I just don't know that we should be using that as part of the advertisement.
I'm just saying it.
People are just dying.
If there's some mystery meat, I won't know anything about
it. Oh my God.
So if we have chili or some kind of Cajun goulash,
don't go by the Brunswood stew.
Hey, is that sausage?
Everything won't have a gristle in it. Okay.
Somebody's gonna say this is neck stew, we're gonna be like, oh crap.
Neck smoke, neck bone.
Yeah.
No, honestly, let me.
Why is there a piece of stainless steel with a serial number on it?
You're tuned in to Just for Fun Radio. We're Town Topic Tuesday. We're talking about the Midnight Barbecue for Friday,
Is that
August
corn or
the
a gold
28th,
tooth?
hosted by Commissioner Nesbitt and the Honorable Coroner George Levitt. And let me just tell you, there'll be burgers and dogs, leg quarters,
toe tags.
There's going to be tons of different type of barbecue
Finger
out there.
food.
It's going to be a late night extravaganza.
Mike's gonna walk up, see something, and somebody's gonna say, "Would you like dark meat or white meat?" And Mike's gonna look over and go, "Well, that dude right there looks like he might be Korean. Let me get some of that."
Y'all are gonna have Asian barbecue?
Y'all ain't right. It might be a
The
little
pound puppy is gonna.
It might be a little teriyaki sauce out there.
Look, Pound Puppy's Rescue is going to be missing some animals, and then they're going to be checking next door at the Pampered Puppy
You're
for some
tuned in
lost
to Just for
noodles.
Fun Radio. The next subject I want to talk about coming up. So we've got that one locked in stock, you guys. Make sure you put it on your calendar. That's right, Friday, August the 28th, midnight, the Midnight Barbecue at Old Town Conyers there at the Pavilion. But wait a minute. It's time for you to get excited because it's almost that time of year again, DJ Scotty.
I'm just looking at Doc's face.
I was about to say, are we
Yes, man, we got the pink poodle.
The
Now,
Pink Pooch Parade is coming up.
Are we
Pink
still
Pooch
a parade?
and Festival was the Pink Pooch Parade and Festival this year. Will be on Sunday, August the 4th.
at that name.
Now over at Parker Road. We'll say that again.
I was going to say the no-name building.
Sunday, August the
Sunday,
4th?
August the
That
4th.
was
That's already
last Sunday.
passed.
October the 4th.
October.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
That's what I'm here for.
I'm just
And do you
excited-
know your-
I'm just excited
Do
about
you know
August.
your parade? I'm going to tell you. Let me tell you, Oz.
Pink
Tell you what your
Pooch
parade has done.
Breast cancer awareness. Now let's everything is gonna be pink, baby. So let's just oh yes, I did say that. Everything is gonna be pink.
Do you know that I want to tie these two words together? Do you know
Pink
that
Pooch Parade.
that Oz is part of this parade that has messed up us being able to go to the land of Oz? You do know that Oz is preventing us from going to Oz.
I was going to tell them about that before the show started, but we kind of got started and we didn't tell
So
them.
in North Carolina, there's a entertainment venue that closed in the late 70s, but it's a theme park for the Wizard of Oz. And it only happens 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, out of the entire year. This year it falls on the Pink Poodle Parade weekend. So it's like we can't go to Oz because of Oz.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna work a deal. Hey, Jacob, what's up? Good morning.
We're a whole lot of us are kind of infatuated with the whole Wizard of Oz thing. You know, that's what I grew up watching. So
The great powerful.
the great and powerful Oz.
You know, but
you know
back
the
then,
difference between this Oz and the Oz on TV? The Oz on TV
is white.
No. Dude, we need to get you some Stevie Wonder sunglasses because apparently you're seeing things wrong today.
Why? I drove here.
Anyhow, the difference between the Oz in the movie and the Oz sitting here is the Oz in the movie was kind of like Richard Odom. He wanted to stay behind closed doors. He wanted to speak down to his people and have them scared of the great and powerful. And truly, it was just an idiot behind a curtain. Next topic.
Next topic.
Mike.
So we're
Really?
still on the Pink Pooch Parade.
Yes,
I
let's
want
go
to
back to the Pink Pooch
listen.
Parade.
If you have a pooch, and your pooch is so cute that you want to get him or her out and be a part of the Pink Pooch Parade breast cancer awareness event that's going to take place Sunday, October the 4th. Listen, it's going to take place from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. over at the Parker Road activity field right there on Parker Road. Folks, if you've never participated, first of all, in a breast cancer awareness event, what a worthy cause.
Oh, God.
If you have children or grandchildren, if you have parents or grandparents, this is the event you want to bring them to. Let me tell you, every creature, human and dog species, will be in pink that day.
Is
Pull
there
it,
a way to
pull it up. One of y'all can pull it up there,
Right.
and you'll be able to take a look at last year's event. Go to the Pink Pooch Parade.
But what I was going to say is there, okay, I have a pit bull and she's got some black spots on it, but she's mainly white. Is there something I can use that won't hurt
Pink
her?
hairspray. Halloween type pink hairspray.
Okay.
Wash
The
right out.
costume stuff will be
Okay.
fine.
I
But
mean,
I'm
she's
just
got
going
a
to
little-
ask that
And she
got a
needs a
hoodie.
pink tutu.
make sure that you have her on a strong leash that you can control.
Because I said pit bull.
No.
Well, no. Dude, there was a yapper there last year.
This
that was
is
crazy.
for every dog.
This is every dog.
This is every dog because we've not had any incidents at the Pink Pooch Parade.
Incidents.
Okay, and we don't want to have one this year. So Tara is listening to this whole broadcast this morning.
Yes, right now. And she's a new sponsor, by the way.
And she's getting people registered. First of all, she is the bomb diggity because this event will not take place without her each year. Let me tell you something, folks. People are really particular about their pooches.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I have more pictures of my dog than I do my kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So next item, that was the Pink Pooch Parade. We'll get ready for October the 24th at Urban Moo.
Hey, before you go there, let me take a commercial real quick because we went over on a commercial.
Right.
And I got to swap 2 mic jacks. We'll be back, everybody.
Yeah.
And listen, we were talking about everybody watching you. Here's a song after 2 of our sponsors. We'll be right back.
Fun radio.
I had a guy on Periscope ask where we were located. Really?
All right, I'm swapping Oz and Tyler.
Yeah. Oh, was she on Periscope? I thought she was coming in today.
See her car. She can't get her car going. And you know me, I always want to keep at least one female on the show. Oh my God. I was not going to go there. You're primed this morning, aren't you? I don't have to worry about doing the insult. You covered it for me. We got a fat. I'm fresh.
I'm telling you for all the important things like driving you, your family, your kids, your wife,
You know what?
everything. You got to make sure you have all your vehicles taken care of, maintenance, your tires changed, your brakes taken care of. I'm promising you, Ron's Performance is the best.
I mean, I was big. I was
cannot be beat.
225.
The quality cannot be beat. Check out Ron's Performance on
working
Old
hard and all
Covington
that
Road.
stuff. But when I got back from Afghanistan, I hurt my back, and they put me on steroids. And I gained 50 pounds in about 6 months. And it hurt. Good Lord.
Michael, you actually Army retired?
Yes.
When did you get out?
January 2013, 28 years. Got out of Chief of One.
You just got out.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, I was medically retired. They wouldn't let me go. When I came back from Afghanistan, they put me in the car to help with what we call a recovery. It's when our stuff starts coming back. And I started going to the VA and stuff like that. I lost my hearing from ID, and they weren't going to let me stay for the I was kind of hoping they would. But yeah, I flew helicopters for 12 years. And then I
have
did,
no privacy. Whoa, I always be.
I was
Nobody's watching me.
a
It's just a dream.
My bud, he's called my son.
Don't I'm trying
He
to
tells me every night,
boy.
he got me on the I say, sir, will there be anything
Oh, I
else?
want to the door.
Yes, sir.
To wash my hair. Nice to find someone standing there. Yeah, just a little touch.
What's hot and heavy in the news there?
Too much. Look, well, I'm trying to register for the Fuzz Run.
Oh, in Covington.
The what?
The Fuzz Run. Because Allie and I are going to do that one
Law
together.
enforcement run. Yeah.
So we need to get you a means to mount your phone in front of your face to do Periscope for you.
I got my arms.
Yeah, but your arms are so short, the camera's be right here. I need it out here.
That was so offensive. But I love you.
But it's true. It's not like it was
my
an
arms
insult.
short.
Yes.
We've not figured out how you wipe your butt yet. She owns a bidet. And it's a white bidet, Mike. Because that's kind of a standard color.
You know what? When black people leave a barbecue, they take a plate.
White people do too.
White people do too.
Every family reunion I go to, I come home with food. I mean,
No, okay, look, white people
it's
when
a
you go
black
to
reunion.
when you go to white
You hear
people's
this?
houses for and you have leftovers, white people put their stuff into little containers for you to take home. Black people pile it all up on a plate.
And then put a plate upside down.
Yeah,
And then some foil over the top.
yeah.
Why don't we just say human people? Why we got to keep putting a label on?
Oh, shut up. Watch. Give it about 20, 30 minutes. We'll call her a lesbian. 20, 30 minutes. You'll be on the bandwagon.
Yeah, but I just don't get the color part because black folks and white folks. Look, let me tell you something about black folks. It's funny. We are the only culture.
I'm
that,
on Twitter right now. Go ahead.
we're the only culture that will go chase friggin' ghosts. Black folks are like, "Are you stupid? You can't see it. Why are you chasing it?" But it's facts. You want to try to pick on food?
That's true because I got two friends who are in Texas right now. They're staying in the most haunted hotel and they're running around with cameras.
Really?
Yeah.
Remind me after the show to tell you about what happened to me and Crystal in here the other night.
Okay.
Because the non-believer wants to whatever, but
I don't believe
it.
Makes me sound like
Am I on?
I don't know.
You want me to turn you on?
Maybe it's my headphones.
maybe it's your headphones.
Maybe it's your headphones.
Are you on?
Will you do me a solid, Scotty?
What?
Dang. Get up all in that grill.
Yeah. Wait.
Is that good? Is that good for you, baby?
I don't think you did.
Remember, I had to change y'all's inputs.
Right.
So wait, is that good for you, baby?
Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you.
Fine.
Is it good for you?
Yeah.
I need to get switched on over to the Behringer because what it is, I only have compressors for 4 mics.
Are we
Right.
back on the air?
Wait, we don't.
We're still on camera. We're gonna go on camera now. Go back live.
We got 5. We got
What?
5. Never mind.
How many people do you see? Do I need to be like this and say how many fingers do you see?
I see dead people.
I see stupid people.
Yeah.
I bought me glasses today. Man, Scotty was
All
showing.
right, we're back, everybody. Scotty was showing you what?
Well, no, yesterday you were showing me some stuff, when we were doing all the computer junk and the voiceovers for the Electric High show. And, man, my eyes are just going, man. Presbyopia. When you're a male and you hit 50, that's it. You're done.
So you lose your wiener and your vision.
Yeah, absolutely. So, no Beaner, no Franks and Beaners today.
Well, let's talk about burgers. I was about to talk about burgers just before.
Yeah, let's go with the
ready to
Urban
go.
Moo.
I was talking about Urban Moo. First of all, have you guys eaten at Urban Moo yet?
Oh my
No, sir.
God! I went there when they first opened,
Goodness.
and I was tweeting and Facebooking it.
Oh,
It's more than the best burger in town. It's
my
one of the
goodness.
best burgers
It is
I've had.
Really
And see-
and Ed Abbott, the owner over there at Urban Moo, he's a teddy bear. He's
Yes,
a great
he is.
he's a great guy. So
Yeah.
join us on, watch this. Check the day of the week. I'm not sure on the day of the week, but it's the 24th of October. The 24th of October. Something just happened to my microphone, but the 24th of October. The 24th is better than saying mic check, mic check. The 24th of October, we're doing burgers and brew.
Now, what's the name of the restaurant again? I'm sorry.
Urban Moo.
Urban Moo.
Pull it up on your site there,
That's
Urban
it.
Moo.
That's what I'm doing.
The 24th of October, burgers and brew at Urban Moo.
Oh, I like that.
Oh my goodness. Let me just tell you, there's
Oh, wow. That does
a
look good.
good burger and a great brew.
Mm.
Oh my goodness.
And let me
And-
word it this way. The first time I ate with you, the first time we were there.
Mhm,
And I'm not a big beer drinker,
mhm.
but that particular night, I got a Heineken, which by itself, I don't care for a Heineken when I'm just standing there by myself. But that burger with the Heineken, Jesus.
Mm,
Them
Really?
French fries, that burger, and that Heineken.
What,
Good
what
God,
kind of
let go of my Heine.
they make their own fries. They
Cool.
make their own onion rings. They're
this looks
fresh made milkshakes.
You can see everything.
The
It's all
burger that I
exposed.
eat all the time is called the breakfast moo.
Mhm.
It's got a fried egg on it, cheese, and
Oh,
bacon.
Lord.
Man,
It
that
will
sounds
make
good.
you slap your.
And let me tell you, the burgers
Mama.
are so big. If you wanted to eat light,
Mm.
you can actually go in there with a second person and split a burger.
My wife is a burger connoisseur, and I took her over there, and then she found her way back. So Urban Moo is You got where is it? Okay, I'm glad you asked. It's on Flat Shows.
About to say it.
It's right behind the Chevron, which is at the corner of 138 and Flat Shows. It used to be Oaks Family Diner.
Yep.
It used to be an old Waffle House or Huddle House type building. It is a small building. Let me just tell you, it looks like East Atlanta. It is a nice feel. It's a great vibe in there. The burgers are great.
You know where we turn left to go to the Mandarin? We would turn right. Exactly. Our left is the right into the. We need to go there next time.
It's one of Kanye's best kept secrets. So if you're making a note of this, go ahead and note it now. What day of the week was that? It is the 24th of October. Somebody was finding the day of the week.
That's the day after my birthday.
Yeah, the day after your birthday. What day of your birthday on this year? Do you know that?
Saturday.
Okay, well then, it certainly can't be on a Sunday.
No.
It's not a Sunday.
What are we talking about again? I got
Friday, October the 24th. I believe that's
I'm
a
going
Saturday.
there now. It is 24th.
Saturday, is that right?
Yep.
Saturday. That's right. And this whole Burgers and Brew is going to be kind of like a festival, Doc. It's going to start like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Is it going to be like the pub crawl that we do in East Atlanta Village?
Well, they're going to have folks out in the parking lot, tents, burgers, brew, music. It's going to be
and they got a nice parking lot too.
It's going to be a nice little jazzy thing going on in October. You know, October is beer month. And burgers and brew and you.
And hey, you say jazz. What's going on with Todd Smith?
A place called Jazz Tones is coming, and you got to get Todd in here too so he can talk about what's happening. But pull it up on the site there.
Man, it's a pretty looking place.
Jazz Tones has a site. Let me tell you, Conyers Rockdale is about to get upscaled.
Yeah.
Because baby, this place that Todd Smith, the longtime legendary owner operator of Harrison's nightclub for over 18 years. You know, time there's a nightclub that's past 6 months. That's a long time. And he was operating in Atlanta for 18 years. Do you think he knows what he's doing?
So. It's
Jazz
possible.
Tones. If you see it, look at there. Look
at these pictures. I'll shoot it up to the big screen.
Inside of
What's that?
place.
I love the bright colors.
They have spent a ton of money.
Isn't that neat?
It's nice.
That's going to be.
Stroll around some more.
I like the fact that it's not dreary and dark.
Look at the silhouettes on the wall there.
Yeah,
that's really, really nice.
And see, you got the fence up. Now I've been seeing the blue tarp, but I didn't see
outside courtyard. Here's the thing, Mike. You can go into Jazz Tones, you pay your price to get in, and the buffet is a continuous all night long.
Oh, good idea.
See, we knew nothing about food.
You can eat
there you go.
Buffet all night long. The food is they just keep the food and the music coming, and they're bringing real top, high class jazz artists.
Wow.
I mean, right. You won't be able to wear your white tee up in there, baby. That's right. It's going to be nice.
Good.
It's really going to upscale the Conyers Rockdale area for all those people that like good quality entertainment.
That location has had some problems in the past, but I wish them all the luck in the world.
These people have breathed life onto this thing. They've sunk a lot.
Yeah, we're a new town.
Yeah, a whole new town,
compared to what buildings have been there before. We're growing,
and then there was a pizza place or something like that.
It was a funeral home too.
Speaking,
it was a funeral home at one time.
Speaking of not wearing a white T-shirt in there, how about this? My mother drives past Clarkston High School last night, and do you know there's a sign up now? Clarkston High School has uniforms.
Good.
Yes.
They have to wear. They have to wear the khaki dark color pants. I say khaki. Yeah. Remember khaki, brown khakis, Steph? Yeah. But they're having to wear the khaki style pants. Well, because one day I said, "Get you some khakis." She goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna wear my black khakis."
Yeah.
So,
Boink.
But those pleated pants in the front, they're wearing the dark pants and a button-down collar shirt.
Do you know that one day when I was going to Clarkston as a student, I got sent home because I wore shorts.
Clarkston was open back then?
Easy. Dewey Holbrook. Remember Dewey Holbrook?
Well, he had sandals, but I mean, you know.
Nope. I got sent home for wearing shorts. Shorts weren't allowed back then.
Yep.
Well, they were brand new to the market, so I mean, you set
You're
the
fat.
trend.
Shut up.
Just, I mean,
And why are you holding a barbecue at midnight?
I see him riding on a horse and buggy it's sitting back home.
Come on, yeah.
Go on, say Confederate flag waving in the background.
Well, let me just say this.
No, that was That was way before that.
Driving by the carving.
Khaki started off as a color, it turned into a fabric. So
Yeah.
that's why she
I know.
said
It's
black
just
khaki.
funny.
Because I own blue khakis, black khakis,
I know.
chocolate brown khakis, and I also own khakis.
Today's phrase of the day.
Tacky khakis.
Khaki started out as a fabric and turned into a color. I like it. Is that what you said? Or color turned into a fabric?
Yeah, you got to pay it too. That's ADD.
He's gotta
That
pay
attention, man.
That ADD is just
Shoot.
that ADD.
Yeah.
Anyway,
My squirrels are still in like China or something.
So what
That's
on
a
the
fun
midnight
radio.
barbecue? What instigated midnight? By the way, Mike brought that up. That's a good idea. What?
something different. We have to be about doing something different in this community. You have to be about being on the cutting edge of getting people out and doing something different. Can anybody else other than me say different?
Different.
Thank you so much. I really
I'm
do
just-
appreciate that.
We're the corner. How
You
that
just
come-
dying.
Yeah.
You're just dying.
Man, I just lay around, dude.
Well, he'll be there.
I know, but are you two associated in
Well,
some way?
here's the deal. I did the fish fry with the sheriff, okay? And believe it or not, your coroner is an elected official.
Yes.
Okay? In fact, by Georgia state law, the only person that can arrest the sheriff is the coroner.
Is the corner? Yeah,
No
we just did a
Absolutely.
yeah, we just did a big thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think right before you started becoming a little more
The
full time.
coroner
We did
is
that.
somebody. Now, don't get it twisted, buddy.
A buddy of mine
he
ran
is
for ME and stuff,
The coroner
about that?
is somebody.
you
Absolutely.
know?
So, in an
I
effort
know.
to reach the community, this is a community event. And, food brings people together. Music brings, right, DJ Scott? Music
Oh yeah.
brings people together. Food brings people together. So, we're going to have a midnight barbecue. And, hey, we're giving you something different to do. And for all of those who
Now-
won't be asleep at 9:30 and want to get out and
What do
have
I
a
need
great
to
time.
worry about as far as noise ordinance that night?
Well,
I mean, we're going to be moderate because we need people talking and just background
Well,
music, but I want to make sure I'm safe.
we're going to follow the ordinance is what we're going to do. You can bet your bottom dollar if Commissioner Nesbitt is going to be out there.
Yeah.
We're going to follow the
Well,
city
I'm
ordinance.
kind of
on noise.
asking so that you can go ahead and start thinking about it too, because I'm not going to be so loud because we already know that pavilion only takes a little bit because
Right.
it's so
We won't need but a little bit.
echoey.
But what you said it right. We want people mixing and mingling.
I want
and
people talking and
We
not
want
over talking.
a little background
Mhm.
music, just a nice little black background music. There it is. There it is.
He
Watch
said
it.
black. You see.
You see. I
So
threw
you're
that in
trying to
there.
tell me play some Motown. That's what you're trying to tell me.
I just knew you was going to do that anyway.
Yeah, well, you know I'm going to.
Can we play some more?
Do y'all know?
I just figured
Do
out
y'all know that there's a
little
Motown play
Temptations
coming
and
out?
Four Tops go with barbecue. I don't know what it is about Smokey Robinson and barbecue.
Look, I'm telling
James
you.
Brown and
Now,
barbecue.
listen
stealing
now.
Train
BB
Smokey
King and
Robertson.
Barbecue.
Come on now. We're going to have some Smokey out there too.
Midnight Train to Georgia.
Glad
That's what I grew
and
up
the
with.
pimps.
Yep.
Not the pimps, but the pips.
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 VIP. Yes.
These boys getting excited over there.
I love this Pips.
Yeah, well,
You know a little bit about that.
well, look,
don't
when you came in, they were trying to figure out today's trans. What was it? The
I have no
The dollar.
recollection.
what the dollar estimates value to today compared to
No,
I plead
it
the
was,
narcotics.
it was how much a kilo cost.
I
Okay.
plead the Fifth Amendment.
And he's talking about kilo in Colombia. Like we're going to Colombia to
You
get it.
want me to look up the price of cocaine in America?
And I want everybody to know
American
this was just
IP.
for a story. It was just a story that we were going to
Yeah,
do.
no, I'm not trying to.
He's lying.
He's not trying to buy any cocaine.
I was just talking about the Midnight Barbecue, and I was just talking about the Pink Pooch Parade. Somehow we've gotten into
What do you-
cocaine.
Well, he was on that kick earlier because something had got
Wait a
said
minute,
about
on what kick?
coffee and cocaine, how it makes it to our country.
What are you up to?
Nothing. I
Now-
almost knocked the water over, and I thought Scotty was going to yell at me.
There was
I
a
know.
top on it. If it wasn't a top on it, it'd be different.
I was
We get yelled
So
at
what?
a lot,
What
Oz.
is, so just because I know we keep jumping on conversations here,
But y'all not talked about Donald Trump at all?
We're not allowed to.
too many people are pissed about that, and I think he's just stirring the
I think
stuff
he's
that
doing
needs
great.
to be stirred.
We're going to talk about it a little bit tonight.
Because
Um,
look, he said it point blank the other day. He said it. Y'all wouldn't be talking about immigration if I wouldn't have started it.
Absolutely.
So, when you start putting politics and stuff, you
Okay.
hurt people's feelings.
And you know, you know, I was all about the debates. I was texting all of y'all.
Yes.
Well, there is something I want to talk about related to the community, and I want to make sure I say this before I get off the air and head on over to the meeting. Listen, folks, slow yourselves down. School is already back in session. I talked about this right before school got ready to start, but in all of Metro Atlanta now, school is open. Slow down. The school zones are 25 miles an hour. Watch it when you're going through the school zones, folks. Slow that car down. And don't just get concerned about your child.
Let me tell you this.
Drive like your child lives on this street.
Ever since
slow your butt down.
Ever since you and I went on television, this road's gotten worse. This morning, when I went to put that trash can out next to the mailbox, I had somebody swerve at me standing next to the mailbox. Ever since we went on TV, we've had more racing. Everybody knows they're getting away with it here, and now people are coming by here, and as they're already flooring it, they rev up the exhaust just to let me know that they're getting away with it. So, as commissioner, I want to ask you this question. Two parts to this. One, we got a sidewalk that kids are walking down, going to school, that is filthy. Nobody's cleaned it. There's trash everywhere. Do we have a county cleanup crew that's supposed to come clean sidewalks? That's one question.
No, we don't. Let me answer it as we go. No, we do not.
Okay. And then number two, what are we going to do to protect these kids? Because at this point, if I'm not putting you on blast, but if we're not getting the cops to come out here, like they've got one cop now that's going down there and directing traffic at the school. Well, the speeding's not at the middle school. The speeding is between the two schools. Why in the hell are they wasting time and not protecting these kids that got to walk?
Okay, great, taxpayer. Good question for you. We don't have enough money. We don't have enough resources so we can put a deputy sheriff at every particular school in the county. Now, you've seen a concentrated amount of deputy sheriffs right now because school is open. We're going to continue to do that for a few weeks. The school continue to be in the opening stage here to get people's attention and say, okay, school is back in session. But we don't have a deputy for every intersection in every school and every area. And you're absolutely right. On this road in particular, you have a middle school and a high school. So you have to kind of strategically position that deputy between both places because you just don't have enough resources to do that.
Okay. Now, do you see where I set you up? So, as a person that's running for chairman,
one of the things I've already announced my number one priority
and that's
supporting public safety.
That's what I wanted to go with. I kind of put you in play because our sheriff, Eric Levitz, I love him to death. He is making such a huge attempt to fix everything. But it gets into the fact that we have to have people that are allowing and sending the right money to these places.
He has the tools
because this year alone, our crime rate has been horrible. And I knew your stance.
When are you going to invite him?
He's been here once.
The show again?
He's been here once. I need to get him in here.
Absolutely.
I want him to know I support what he's doing. I want every dollar that is just being spent on friggin' cars for somebody to drive. No, I want that money sent over to get me another cop because for every one more cop that we have, there's one less crime we got to worry about.
All right, Doc, Mike, Tyler, here you go. What are you guys going to do here at Just for Fun Radio when you really send out a real invitation to all the other elected officials and they come? Are you going to hold it?
I got her to do that now.
Are you going to clam up when they come in here and be so nice? Because I'm part of the family. See, y'all always let your hair hang out. So are you going to clam up for those that accept your invitation and come out? So what I'm thinking you should do, send out the invitation and also announce those who have not yet responded after a reasonable time. Put them on blast. One of the local pastors at one of the churches here said just a few weeks ago in his Sunday morning congregation, he says, I can't wait until election season revs up. He says, because as soon as these folks start coming back to my church, he said, I'm going to put them on blast because I've not seen them since the last time they were in here asking for their vote.
That's
and
right.
I said, whoa, that's having a set of kahunas right there, buddy. That's taking lead right there and saying, listen, don't pimp us, baby. Don't use us. Absolutely. So I just want to make sure that the Just for Fun crew,
I'm with you.
Mike, is not going to get all sophisticated
I think that
and all that good stuff.
I think that everybody knows me, and I think everybody knows that I'm quiet and I'm an introvert and I'm shy. So I'll make it a point to come out of my...
And you're a liar too, but go ahead.
I'll make sure that I work on my people skills, and I'll come out. In fact, I made a note to invite the sheriff. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about the
And see, here's the thing.
The sheriff is coming. You got other folks too.
Because I had somebody ask me the other day, they said, so you're pissed at the police department for not doing their job. I said, no, what I'm aggravated is this. I know Freeman left. Me and Freeman had already been building a relationship to get this taken care of. He left. Now there's no
Chief Freeman.
That's right.
Chief Freeman.
There's nobody for me to chat with right now until we get into the new guy taking the job. But the point I'm making is all I keep hearing is there's not enough cops. There's not enough cars. There's not enough this. Well, then that doesn't, if it does fall on the commander, which would fall under the sheriff. But at the same time, we have to look at it and go, he doesn't have the resources. So we need to see to it that he gets the resources. So if we have to pay another penny at the convenience store to make it safe to go into the convenience store, then it's worth it.
Take my penny.
Take my penny, because you know what? I would rather give you my penny than some idiot mug me out in the parking lot. And that's the mentality that we've got to step ourselves into. We've got to step into the fact that the crime's here and we just don't have enough cops to do it. And we need to get them the resources.
And let's be careful when we say that the crime is here. One of the things I do want to continue to point out, Rockdale County is the safest county in the state of Georgia. I'm telling you, I'm going to say it. I'm going to stand on top of a hill. Absolutely. We have a wonderful law enforcement team between the city police department and the Rockdale County Sheriff's Office. We don't have near the kind of stuff that you see in Metro Atlanta, but we are a community. So I almost get a little some kind of way when people go into culture shock when there's something that takes place. We do live in a community, folks. The reason why we have the fire department, because at some point, someday, there's going to be a fire.
Exactly.
So things do happen. That's why we have the sheriff's department and the police department. Stop losing your mind. Oh my God, we had a robbery. Oh my.
Everybody's having those problems.
This is a community. Yeah. I'm not giving anybody a pass for it. So I'm supporting law enforcement and public safety to make sure we do all we can to be proactive and rid ourselves of that kind of stuff in our community and keep it from coming here as best we can. But I'm not going to also lose my mind in the other breath and think, oh my God, something just happened. Things are going to happen. This is a community. You can't control everything and every person. You don't know where the mindset and the emotions are. So I just want to put that out there because I think we've become accustomed to being so nice and quiet here. The moment something happens, we lose
shock.
it.
Yeah.
And then, Doc, watch this. There's folks who grandstand trying to make us a place that we're not.
That's right.
Okay. We're Conyers, Rockdale. That's all we are. We're not anywhere else. We're not somewhere out in the Midwest or in California or down in Florida. We're not in New York. We're not in Baltimore. We're Conyers, Rockdale. And I'm not going to let someone overshadow and try to make us a place that we're not.
Right.
But we're going to be smart. We're going to be alert. We're going to be as proactive and preventive as we possibly can. And I pledge to the people of Rockdale to give the sheriff everything he needs, tools and resources to effectively do the job and keep us all safe.
And that's where I was going. And with you being a commissioner, I had to word it that way. I try not to put you on the hot seat, but I needed to, I know,
Scotty, you
I know where your stance is.
The hot seat comes with being in this position, period.
Well,
and anybody that doesn't want to be in the hot seat don't need to be in the position.
That's right.
If you can't answer the tough questions, baby, you can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen. All right.
I just knew, you know, I knew when you made the announcement you were going to run, you know, I knew that you had said that you were going to support him, but I wanted to make sure it was very clearly said for anybody that didn't show up that day.
I'm continue to support him.
You have to support your police department.
Continue to support him.
Right.
So I think one of the things that make me uniquely different with this current board anyway is that I'm the only one that has a public safety background of the three members.
Right.
There's other things that's going on in our community outside of law enforcement and public safety. I'm a big supporter of the arts and culture.
Yes.
That type of community week, because that drives jobs and brings quality of life. I'm big on that. I support enhancing this whole code enforcement thing with all the trash and debris. I want to get behind that issue. I want to get behind it the right way with leadership yes, we do need a few more people in our code enforcement department, but there has to be disciplined leadership. It's time to hold people accountable. If they've been getting salaries and benefits from the taxpayers of the citizens of the county, it's time for people to do their jobs and be held accountable. Stop making excuses. All that means leadership and vision.
Yeah.
We've not had a clear vision in Rockdale County in 8 years. We've had a lot of talk. True. Now we need leadership. Leadership means the highest level of responsibility is accountability.
Come out from behind the curtain.
You have to hold people accountable. And it means if you have to not necessarily always fire someone, but sometimes you might have to get their attention, send them home for a moment.
Well, you know, it worked in school.
Well, I got to
get 3 days without pay, baby.
That's right.
2-3 years ago.
3 days without pay. I bet you get that'll capture your attention.
2-3 years ago, you would never talk about firing anyone. I believe that Donald Trump has a lot to do with this difference.
It's reality. People need to live in the real world,
and it's everywhere. You see these CEOs now going, "Look, we're going to do the right thing, and if we don't, you're gone." And you didn't see that 2-3 years ago. So I think this is fantastic. I've got a question, and I know you got to leave here soon, but this is a legitimate question. Okay, I'm one of these guys, mission planner, you know, and all that other stuff that I did in the military. Okay, here's what I'm looking at while you were talking. I was thinking, okay, we have a lot of firehouses in Rockdale County, right? And they're manned. Mm-hmm. We don't. I don't know if we have a volunteer fire department.
No, we do.
No, Rockdale does not. Covington does. Still.
Okay, so what if we had a volunteer fire department and we trained some of those guys to do crosswalk work at the schools? Just a suggestion. Or the explorers. You can't, I mean, the individual that's doing the crosswalk stuff, I know he doesn't have arresting authority because the one over by McCall we see every day. We always, and he drives Cadillac and he's got this beautiful sports car. But so I know he doesn't have arresting authority. So why can't we use somebody who's already in our system that doesn't require any additional pay? Okay, because an explorer doesn't get paid. A fireman's already on duty. You see what I'm getting at? That, or there are parents that would probably go to that training for free to do it at their child's school. The next question is we have.
Let me answer that one first.
Okay.
Let's talk about the Explorer program. The Explorer program for information and educational purposes right now. I want you to understand that is a subdivision of the Boy Scouts of America. Oh. That's what the Explorer program is.
And they're still minors.
There are law enforcement explorers like police explorers or sheriff deputy explorers and fire explorers as well. We did have a fire explorer program. I'm not sure if it's still activated. And Scotty's right. It's mostly young people.
And we have to keep the minor issue, their age.
Didn't we have an adult program?
Well, you're talking about the reserve officer and reserve deputy program, which is activated through the sheriff's office and Conyers Police Department. Now, you're eligible. You can go and volunteer with them and be a part of that. I think this is a great opportunity to engage in that conversation with Sheriff Levitt and with Police Chief Gene Wilson about citizens getting the proper training, and some of those folks who want to be on the reserve program. Now, I think when you were saying crosswalk, were you meant like a school crossing guard type person?
Well, here's what I'm thinking.
Well, there's somebody that just directs traffic at the two ends of this.
See what I'm kind of doing here is I'm looking at this big picture. Okay, I've been on the phone with Scotty. Okay, we talked.
Hey, before you go there, I want to say this because you're bringing up the crosswalk, and what I found out yesterday by what's legal on my road, then when you turn from Old Salem onto my road, the caution light blinks. And I kept saying, why ain't there a middle light? What I found out is from that blinking light to that blinking light, all of this is a 25 during school. So all them videos I have of the buses, which, by the way, fall under our county.
And by the way, did you ever talk to the school board?
Do you know I've sent these people pictures and everything else? I'm going to physically go with Doc, and we're going to go make an appointment to sit with the school board.
You got two school principals right here, Scotty. I got them. I want to make sure.
Yeah, but I want to go to the head of the snake.
Yes, the first head are the two principals at each school. You've got to make sure you be about business and go see those principals and talk to them about what it is you have. Then and only then should you be going to the school superintendent.
Yeah, but if my speeding is from their buses, do you deal with just the school?
To the school principal.
Okay.
He or she runs the school.
So
That's the
we'll
boss
make
of the
that on
school.
our list of to-dos. All right,
Absolutely.
Mike, go back to what
Chain
your
of command,
comment
baby.
was. I just want to make sure it was clear that the whole street is 25.
Okay, so we talk during the afternoons, just station stuff. Okay, one day I'm talking to him, and it sounded like a train going by, and I went, Scotty, you all right? What's that? 2 cars were they were in both lanes going one direction.
Drag racing. It
Drag
happens
racing.
every day now. Every day.
So obviously there's a problem here, but here's what I'm thinking is that crossing guard program could put people at these locations. You know what? I'm not saying it would stop anybody, but I believe that law enforcement,
it would at least detour a little bit.
Yeah, I believe that law enforcement's majority of their mission should be deterrence. So I think, you don't have to dress them up and put badges on them and all that other stuff. Just people knowing.
Let's make this
where
statement.
they can go.
You know Pine Lake.
Oh yeah, buddy.
You know Porterdale.
I know Porterdale.
And you know Oxford.
I know Oxford.
What's the 3 things got in common? You don't go over the speed limit in those
35,
towns.
If you're doing 36 and a 35, you're going to get pulled over. And when you get pulled over, you're going to be asked if they can search your car.
Well, let me point this out. You're absolutely right. They have that reputation, but you got to keep this in mind, guys.
But they're also safe, and you don't see problems.
They're a lot smaller areas than
I'm
Rockdale
agreeing.
County. So our folks are concentrating because we have a full service sheriff's department here. Okay, so they're doing patrol, they're doing prisoner transport.
But what's a child's life value at?
There's no price.
But you see my point.
Yes.
During the school hours.
What I'm saying to you, though, that's why I said at the start of this Town Topic Tuesday, I want more of the citizens, Doc, to get involved with what's going on and be in tune. But there's 2 places you need to be in tune. Not just the Board of Commissioners meeting with Rockdale County Board of Commissioners, but the City of Conyers City Council meeting.
Me and Oz are trying to make y'all open your eyes.
City Council meeting. Folks who live within the city limits need to go and attend that meeting as well and hear what's going on with their money being spent throughout the city limits. I mean, folks, you gotta make sure that when you start venting your concerns, you're venting them in the right direction.
Sure.
The number one thing I get all the time, folks want to know what y'all putting over there at the corner of. Well, y'all ain't putting nothing there. A private owner has made an investment in a piece of property and they're building a business of some kind.
Yes.
The county is not doing that. So I just have to clear that up and educate folks.
Hey, look,
so people understand.
My mother was a marshal and then an attorney. And let me tell you something. If you were going to complain about something in the weekly meeting at our house, you better have a solution. Because once you brought out the problem, my mother would look at you and go, okay, well, what are we going to do about it? And if you said, well, I don't know, you're in trouble. I mean, she just throw that off the table. The other thing is, I don't know. This may be a little rough.
I just had a question. Do they still do the skill? Let me get my mouth right. Do the schools still have patrol boys? Like when we were in school,
Hall Patrol,
Bus Patrol. So do they still have that? I don't know. That's a question from a listener.
I honestly don't know, but I think they do. It seemed like I can remember seeing them within the last couple of years.
Maybe middle school.
They have them. And if that's an old schooler caller with that question, just keep in mind that doggone school marshal is not what we remember from back in the day. They're not doing it like what we used to do. But they have that program, which is a program that used to be used to award young people for good behavior and build up a sense of pride.
Absolutely.
The floor recognizes the fairy wand.
Thank you. Okay. So, everybody's like, Doc, speak up. Y'all, it's really hard to talk when there are 3 men dominating the conversation. So I have to
don't turn this into a testicle thing.
It's not a testicle thing. I'm just saying, Commissioner.
Yeah, but I'm just about to get you too, because you got to open your damn mouth.
That's right. You got to jump in here.
Get in where you fit in. Now, I mean, we're on the air. And how long you been on this show? At least about 3 months, right?
I'm sorry that you're short, but you have to jump.
Get in where you fit in.
Get in when you
get in where you fit in. You get in everywhere else where you fit in.
I would mute. You
get in wherever else where you
I'll
fit in.
I'll set you up with a mute button.
Hold on, Commissioner. Okay, so we were talking about the, having different people working at the schools, the crossing zones. I know on Flat Shoals, one of my biggest problems was that area was so dark and they had the crossing guard out there. You can't see him. So I used to call the sheriff's department every morning and say, can you just send a deputy over here to turn on the blue lights? because we're about to hit this little man.
Mm.
I mean, because the cars were flying, and the speeding in the school zones is not just on Underwood.
And what did they say?
everywhere.
What was the response you got?
They always sent me somebody.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, they always sent me somebody. They were, but this was when we had an actual traffic unit, because I actually had the cell phone number of the commander on the traffic. I mean, not most people don't have the cell phone numbers of the people at the sheriff's department, but I did.
You're in the know.
Because I'm in the know.
You connected.
But yeah, I mean, that's a huge issue. It's in all of, especially there's, that one school over there, like when we're going out of the county, people, that one, we think that is bad over here. It's horrible over there. It's horrible. So it's everywhere.
Yeah, and this is a community issue. This is not just a law enforcement issue, because first of all, folks, let's think about what we're talking about. It's not just a matter of piling the police on top of every situation in the world. We don't have that many law enforcement officers we can put all over town. But I think the community has to take ownership. First of all, we're talking about parental involvement with the schools.
Mm-hmm.
Let's encourage parents this year to go and sign up and join the PTA and the PTO.
Oh
Let's get involved. That's one of the things. That's why I was redirecting you, Scotty, you and Doc, with your concerns about the school buses and the teachers who work at the schools or the school employees. Go and have a intelligent sit-down conversation with the school principal,
right,
and let them know that we have a real concern. Attitude, approach, and appearance. There's those three A's.
Yes.
Yeah.
How we present the second A approach, how we present ourselves to other people. I'm not walking in your school, Mr. and Mrs. Principal, just to complain, moan, and gripe. I have a concern,
right,
for you, your staff, and the young people, and the community.
Well, it's just sad that we have to go to a principal.
I believe, Mr. Principal and Mrs. Principal, that you have enough influence and power as the principal of the school to put out a big message.
Right.
You can help us with this situation.
And then maybe the principal will have to say whatever they can over the mic, because the thing that gets me is I shouldn't have to go to a principal.
But you do.
But if I've already reached out to the guy that's supposed to be the boss over every idiot that drives that school bus, I said idiot, and the reason I said idiot is because when I had 3 of our county school bus drivers approach Steph at one of our events in a different county and get smart mouthed with her, you have 3 people who, what is it that the truck guys that Hoffa was involved with when it was the union, the Teamsters. So we have 3 people that drive for Rockdale County, our county, 3 Teamsters, if you will, come up, try to grab my little short white girl that works for me and intimidate her by saying, well, your guy busted me out for speeding. Well, if your dumbass wouldn't have been speeding. But I find it to be very offensive that I've reached out to the guy that's in charge of these people and he's not done anything.
What guy are you talking about?
Whoever the guy is that runs the school board. I mean, not the school board, but runs the transportation.
Okay, that's the wrong person.
Yeah, but he's the boss over the drivers.
That's the wrong person.
Right.
Hear me say this.
I hear you say that, but I'm saying that's silly that you have to go to a principal when you've already gone to the boss of these people.
You're going to the wrong person. Stay with me, Scotty.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what's the difference when I become chairman. I don't need you talking to the low-lying people that work in.
Well, there's a head to the snake, and you need to be the head of that.
I want you to hear me.
I'm just pointing it out.
I want you to hear me. When you have a problem, follow the chain of command. That person who is in charge of the people who drive the buses have a boss. And I'm not going to him when I see a speeding bus. I'm going to the superintendent of schools, and I'm going to the president of the Board of Education.
Okay.
Those are the 2 people that I'm going to hold accountable and make sure they get the message down through the ranks.
Mental note to self. That's who we're going for.
Okay, hold on. I have the
You got to go to the right
Who is
person.
that person, by the way? I've got a listener. What's the person's name?
Dr. Autry, Ken Autry.
Okay, that's what the listener
Rich Autry.
Hold on, I have the one.
Go ahead.
I want to say something. Okay, so
and pull the website up with all the folks right there. Go to Rockdale County Public Schools and pull the whole website up.
Okay, well, hold on, Commissioner.
Stuff is right there in front of your face, guys. This technology. It's 2015. Stop embarrassing me.
Commissioner,
I'm sorry.
Stop it. Now.
Dab nabbit.
Look.
But no, I mean, unfortunately, we did hot seat him today. Go ahead.
Pull it up. I want you to be right. Go ahead, Doc.
Okay.
Listen, we're not PC. You jump in.
Okay. So yeah, but that's not polite.
I don't care. This ain't Star 94. Jump in. Go.
Oh my goodness, did you say that? Go ahead.
Okay, so that's a bigger problem though, because when people don't know, when people are going places and they don't see any results, it's a systemic problem when people don't know where to go and when they're digging. Have you ever tried to dig on that Rockdale County website? There are no email addresses out there. I was trying to email our newest commissioner, Dr. Dorian Williams. I had to go to her Facebook page to get her email address because it's not on the county website. When there is no streamline.
Raise hell about it then. Raise hell about it.
Doc, you see this thing right here? This is what we start doing when we go to these places and we start videoing every single thing that we ask for.
Stay with the storyline, Scotty. When you find that you can't get through to the person you're trying to get through to, raise hell about it. If you try to get a hold of Commissioner Williams and you went to the RockdaleCounty.org website and you couldn't get a link or an email address to get through to her, you should be showing up at the meeting. You should have been calling the Board of Commissioners office and saying, I can't reach my commissioner. And I went to the site and I couldn't get there. What do I need to do? And by God, this is embarrassing.
I'm still waiting for 2 commissioners to respond to me on an email that I sent. One did.
Well, you need to go.
The meeting is at 9:00 in the morning. I work
10 o'clock.
Yeah, and that's our downfall is when the meeting is.
There's another way to get through it though.
Oz for chairman. We need to get the time changed.
The office is wide open all day, every day, Monday through Friday. You know this. So the same thing I'm gonna say to Scotty. If there's a problem with the Board of Education, go to the superintendent's office. Go to the local school principal's office. If you have a problem with speeding school buses, go to the school. Go to the Board of Education. Get the bus number. Get the route. All of those things, get it and take it to the proper person. Here's what I don't like. Let's not put anybody on blast if we've not done due diligence to follow the proper procedures. Now, when we've done that, then and only then, put their on blast. Put them on blast and talk about the countless attempts that you've made to try to reach out to somebody and got no response. Put them on blast. But if you've not done what you need to do to get through, and I'm talking to intelligent people. I'm not talking to people who are disconnected with the community.
Oh, us.
It's us.
Well, the thing is, too, is you, again,
That's why I hold you accountable all the time.
Me and you have had a conversation once before.
I hold you accountable all the time. You're in media.
Well,
you have a voice. You're powerful. You're very influential. And you have a computer sitting in front of you. You can pull up right now the Rockdale County Public Schools website. You can pull up the Rockdale County Board of Commissioners. You can pull up the City of Conyers. You can pull these entities up and find out who is who. What good is Mike and Doc if they're not your support base?
But at the same time, where you have the chain of command, meaning you have rules in which you have to go by. We don't.
Right.
So when we reach out to, if I have a problem with the garbage man who's thrown my garbage can, I get his boss on the phone.
That's who you should talk to.
Which is what we've tried to do, is reach the boss.
But you don't need to talk to his supervisor.
So we need to go to the direct head of the snake. Go straight to the. Okay, now this is from a Rockdale citizen. Ask him why he, and when I say he, it probably needs to be y'all because y'all are a threesome of commissioners.
Let's go with he.
Ask why they increased our taxes and gives the second most expensive school district in the state everything they want. So did that come out right? Ask him why they increased our taxes and gives the second most expensive school district in the state everything what they want. Okay.
That's a person that I expect to see at one of the board meetings, and I expect to hear them come out.
Which again, this guy works in Alpharetta.
Let me ask the question. That is an individual who I expect to do several things. One of the things I expect that individual to do is come to one of the county board meetings. I also expect that citizen to contact the tax commissioner. I also expect that citizen to go to one of the Rockdale County Public Schools meeting where they'll understand that the tax dollars get sliced up in 3 ways in Rockdale County. The school board gets the majority of the money, and then the other part goes to the city and the county.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely. The majority of the tax dollars that are collected goes to the Rockdale County Public Schools. And that's nothing unusual in any county. Schools typically get most of the money. Okay. Then it goes between the city and the county in this particular community. If you're concerned, and I believe that person is, I'm encouraging you to come and let your voice be heard. You contact the tax commissioner, but don't stop there. You also have the tax assessor's office, and there is a chief assessor. Go to www.rockdalecounty.org, and I'm giving you information, answering your question. I'm hoping that you're following the information that I'm giving you right now, because I believe you to be a concerned and intelligent inquirer.
And again, this gentleman works in Alpharetta and can't make the meetings, which is why your idea of making sure that we start having a different time is so important. Quit being, not you, but quit being the man hiding. We have got to have our meetings accessible for the citizens. And it's only fair. And I want to, and I know I was fixing to have to leave, and I want you to know, we've not tried to put you in hot seat. What I've tried to do this morning, I tried to strategically fix this so that every single person can tell, Oz, I answer whatever question you want. He says, text me all the time. If you got a problem, call me. This is where I'm going to be this week. Come see me at this location. Every single thing. Oz is not hiding behind a desk. Go find him. Call him before the show's out. He will tell you how to find him again. Go ahead, Doc.
Okay, hold on. I just had a question about this is from a listener. She was asking about the Entrepreneurial Academy. I found it, but it's
through the Chamber of Commerce.
The Chamber of Commerce, but she keeps saying that there was a women's one. I don't see it.
Okay, pull the number for the Chamber of Commerce. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and give her that number, because since we're not the Chamber of Commerce, we really truly don't know. We can have her call over there, and guess what they will do? They'll tell her.
Okay.
I never got to finish mine either.
Okay, hold on.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I'm not finding what you were asking me. So go ahead and call the chamber, and their number is 770-483-7049. Again, 770-483-7049. I'm so sorry that I couldn't answer your question.
Also, visit the Chamber's website. Please give her that as well.
And the Chamber of Commerce website is conyers-rockdale.com. Conyers-rockdale.com.
This is what Town Topic Tuesday
all right,
is
and
all
we're fixing to run out of time. Mike, hit yours.
Okay, my other thing was we had, and I said this is going to be a tough one, so I'm going to say it and duck down. We have a jail over there off of Smyrna, right? Sigmund Road.
Sigmund at Chambers Drive.
And you know what? It's full of people. I mean, it's bulging at the seams. There's trash everywhere in this county.
Okay, well, all those folks that's inside the jail, we can't allow them to come out and pick up anything.
Well, not all of them.
Not everybody.
But
not everybody.
But you know what?
Can't they get a work program?
But yeah, but they're asked. They're saying, "Hey, do you want to do something?" No, hell no.
No, well,
you're going to go out and do something.
But keep. That's correct. But it requires a certain number of deputies per number of inmates that you have out in the open public.
Would you see where Mike goes with that?
So
that means we gotta again make sure they are funded.
Well, first of all, let me get this clear before I leave out here. This has been one of the best Town Topic Tuesdays I've had in a long time.
We took the handcuffs off this morning. Let everybody ask what they've been wanting.
The sheriff is the chief law enforcement officer in the county. The chief law enforcement. He is not a damn trash collector. He's not. We're not paying him to pick up trash.
I don't want the sheriff.
No. Let me just make this clear. Yes, it's been a courtesy and a quality of life supplement, for lack of a better word, to have the sheriff to have a detail of inmates, better known as trustees, to go out and help clean up and police the community of debris and trash and things in our community. That's a plus. That's a help. We appreciate it. But I don't want anybody to get twisted thinking that's the duty of the sheriff. It is not the duty of the sheriff.
I think
so. I just want to make sure I put that out there so people will understand.
You know what? In a way, those individuals that are incarcerated, one, they committed a crime in our county. Two,
every one of them can't go out on a detail, though. I just want to make sure you say that, Mike.
You know what? I was in the military, and you know what? We had suck butt soldiers too. But you know what? Those are the guys I kicked in the ass harder.
Yeah,
and that's
And if I put 10 inmates out there, I've got to have at least 2 deputies.
No, you just got to have one that can shoot good.
But you can't do that because then that changes other things.
Why? When they're
but
they're
that
fleeing,
changes everything.
I'd shoot them. I got no problem.
Listen,
that is not my total opinion.
I'm gonna keep you straight. No matter, as long as I'm here, baby, I'm gonna keep
I
you
say
straight.
wire them with explosives. They get more than 20 feet away from each other.
If I put a 23-year-old shoplifter out picking up trash, and he or she decides to escape from the detail, my deputies, I don't want to know that the deputy shot somebody that was on a detail to pick up trash, and they were only in jail for stealing a pack of gum or a cigarette.
How about
they got shot?
How about this? How about this though? How about this? Chill for a second about the inmate part. How about this? My stepdaughter was on probation and she kept going to the VFW to help clean up after bingo. They would have 6 people in there cleaning up after bingo, and it would only take 10 minutes, and they would get an hour written off of their probation time. So maybe we need to focus on the probation end of things, and part of your probation, just like in DeKalb County, part of their probation, they had to go pick up stuff on the side of the road. And maybe that would be more of an avenue. As far as trash go, here's from a listener. As far as trash go, we as a community should step up and show our pride and pick it up. And you know what? I went into a park in Covington right outside the square the other day, me, my wife, and the baby, and we ate our lunch. And on the way to the trash can, I picked up trash. And my wife was like, man, I can't believe, you did that little extra part. But that's the extra part that everybody should be doing.
Right.
I go out there and pick up the trash in my yard that every single teenager drives by and throws out the window. Why can't we do that? I agree. We should be trying to do that. If we want to, I joke all the time.
And we should be teaching our children.
Yeah, man.
We should be teaching our children, do not throw stuff out of the window in the car. Put things in their proper place. Don't litter.
Yeah, if we want Mayberry back, we have to be part of Mayberry. And that's one reason I like Oz coming in.
I don't want Mayberry back. I'm going to tell you that right now. But
I don't want the old school mentality.
You want Mayberry, you don't need Oz. I'm going to tell you that now.
No.
You need Aunt B and
I want it where I don't have to fear walking to my car with my gun.
Well, that's
I don't want to walk outside and see trash everywhere.
Then you won't
walk to your car with your gun.
I don't want to have to.
But you do.
But he said he don't want
Jesus Christ, I don't want to.
That's not Jesus
I don't
Christ.
want to have to do that. I don't want to have to know that.
You're really getting twisted now.
11 o'clock, my doorbell rings, and I got to go to my door with a gun.
Jesus wouldn't tolerate all this up in here like this.
You need to wipe us clean, baby.
So you're missing totally everything I'm saying. We shouldn't have to. When I go to Walmart, I shouldn't have to. When I go to this Walmart at Sigmund, and at Salem and Brownbridge, I shouldn't have to get out, turn, and make sure that everybody watches me slide my Glock down on my hip. I shouldn't have to do that.
When my wife leaves the house and go to work, she texts me when she gets to work.
Yes.
She texts me when she goes to Walmart.
Yep.
She texts me when she's back at home. She texts me when she's picking up or dropping off any one of our kids. She texts me why? Because I need her to do that.
That's right.
Because I need to know that she's okay. That's right.
Well, how sad is it my daughter?
In that kind of world now.
Yep. How sad is it my daughter has to text me, I'm pulling in the driveway. So that if she doesn't make it in the house in the next couple of seconds, I know. My daughter has to text me so I know that she don't get hit because the speeders, and I can go outside and make sure she makes it in the house safe because we got idiots out there.
My wife's shift starts at 6 o'clock in the evening over at Rockdale Hospital. And it was already well after 6 o'clock, and I had not received my baby I'm here text. She says, oh, yeah, I've been here since 5:30. I've been in the cafeteria having me some lunch before I get started. She said, well, I'm just in the cafeteria. I says, yeah, but you're in the building. So now that
you're at least there,
you're on the hospital campus, you're there. That's what I need to know.
Yeah.
You could have got there at 3 o'clock or 1 o'clock. That's your business. You want to get there early,
right?
But I just need to know you're where I need you to be.
Yeah.
Now I can account for your whereabouts in terms of you being in a safe place.
Yep.
She said, oh, I didn't see it like that. I said, yes, darling, you're there. That's now I can kind of woosah a little bit.
Well, you know what I tell my daughter? Here's why I need to know where you're at. And she goes, why? I said,
where you are.
Because I want to know this. When you don't come home, I need to be able to call my sheriff's department and I need to say, I don't know where she is present, But the last time she was leaving Burger King
And she
in front
was
of
wearing
Burlington
this.
at 11:30, and she didn't make it where she was supposed to be at 12. That's why I need to know where you're supposed to be.
Folks, it's been a great Town Topic Tuesday. This is Commissioner Ness, but I want to make sure I give you my contact number. And you're absolutely right, DJ Scotty. You said it a moment ago. The best way to reach me is through text. Text me, baby.
With
That
any
number-
question.
That's with any question. 770-624-9446. We've had a barrel of fun this morning.
And it's Oz for chairman, y'all. Don't forget.
624-9446. DJ Scotty, you can do just what you want to do, can't you? 770-624-9440. Text me, and I'd be glad to talk to you. We're going to do plenty of meet and greets throughout this season, and I'm looking for the Just for Fun forum and debate that you guys are putting together, Doc. Is that still
That's our
coming?
plan.
That's our plan.
What about the festival?
Plan ahead. Plan
Shut up.
ahead. Plan ahead.
We got it. We're, you know what? A woman runs this. Okay.
Oh,
I got
gosh.
it.
Oh, suck it now.
Hey, man, we had to have somebody step up the
Kinda like a
game.
purple people eater.
All right, everybody, we're going to shoot off to commercial, and I'm telling you, any question at all today, the first time ever, we kind of got Oz a little bit in the hot seat, but he wants to be there. He wants your job
He wants it.
as
Yeah.
the chairman. He wants to be the guy that steps out behind the curtain and says, "This is me, and let's run this thing and get it going." So everybody hang tight. We're going to go to a commercial. We'll be right back.
Mr. DJ, what song
Good
are you
show
playing?
today, guys. Good show. Great show. It was good. I really like it.
And I need to know if your wife works in that department, because I don't want her slipping like no different
when
I end up in the hospital.
She's
Look, it's that DJ guy. Shoving me with some horse tranquilizer, and I'll end up in a dumpster.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a live show.
Yes. Well, you know, look, man, we got that.
Hey guys, y'all have a
the
good one.
ladies talk.
Absolutely. I gotta get them the ladies
Hey,
talk.
Ladies talk. We need a night of the
I don't know.
commissioner's
No,
The
wife.
commissioner's
not
wife.
Not till I win. I don't need her on the air before then.
The commissioner's wife. What it's like to be a wife of
Yeah.
a commissioner.
Real housewives of the commissioners.
Real Housewives of Rockdale. Good.
Wow. Crazy. Just crazy, baby.
You better hurry up.
You can turn it on, right? Taking it to the next level. Oh, hold on there. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
That is a freaking awesome picture. Stoop by now. The new car. On card.
Doc,
Mhm.
oh, you got somewhere to be today, though.
Yes, my love.
Oh, that boy's crazy.
I love him.
Oh, cool. Too big of a gun now for a little bit. And she's leaning backwards. She get picked on. Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Bigger than picking what? Flowers. Cute. Very cute. I love it. You ever seen that one where the little girl's shooting a shotgun? Competitive shotgun?
I'm going to get a chamois to hang up in there.
No, we're using paper towels. That is
Shame.
gross.
Listen, Miss Lesbian, how can you go green and you keep wasting paper towels?
Because I'm like a germaphobe, Scotty.
Yeah, but you're wasting
I'm
paper
not wasting
towels.
paper towels, and I'm not.
For every paper towel, you're killing a tree.
I'm not drying my hands on the same thing that y'all have been drying
So
your
what's more
hands
important,
on.
life on Mother Earth or your dirty hands?
My dirty hands.
Dang.
I'm not touching that. You tried to make me touch your soap.
Well, I didn't make you try to touch my junk, so you're still better off.
This on Periscope.
Junk got in there.
For every one
I don't
paper
wanna touch
towel
your
is a little
junk.
tree dying for you.
Screaming.
Well, it's okay. I mean,
Dying for you. I thought
No.
y'all were green people.
It
Well,
screams.
You eat tofu. You're supposed to be a vegetarian,
I am a vegetarian.
so you'll kill the Mother Earth as
I'm
long
not-
as your gut's okay.
I'm not killing the Mother Earth. I'm just not touching the same towel that you're touching because you.
So bring you a hers and they towel. So bring in for every paper towel you waste, you're killing a tree.
You're killing a
I
tree.
use
I thought you were
recycled
playing
paper-
for that team.
I buy recycled paper
You're
towels.
killing a tree.
So bring me the piece of plastic that shows it's recycled.
Okay, I will
Tree killer.
now.
So bring in a towel that says theirs and mine.
Yeah.
So you'll have your own towel
Well, why do I have to use a towel?
because
if
you're
I'm-
wasting paper towels.
yeah.
But if I'm using recycled paper towels,
It still goes to the landfill.
No, it doesn't.
Where does it go?
Recycled
Made out of
paper
old
towels
baby
break
diapers.
down.
Eventually. Still ends up at the landfill.
Yeah. Landfill.
Hush, Mike.
And we're still live, by the way. I just thought about that on camera. Everybody's watching this. I
Oh
didn't think
my
about
gosh. Really,
that. Yeah, I
Scotty?
didn't think about that.
my God.
Are you periscoping this?
Yes.
Oh, y'all, you know what?
What?
I'm putting on my headset.
Do it.
I'm putting
We
on
love
Just do
you.
it.
I'm putting on Scotty's glasses.
We love you. And look,
Take it off.
you just got to jump into them conversations sometimes. Maybe it's because we don't see your hands because they're short.
Yeah.
Maybe your fairy wand's what you need.
Maybe.
Oh, she's sniffing her fingers.
Super
Maybe
star.
it's a Tyrannosaurus Rex
We got a hello from Alabama.
from Alabama.
Boring ass Alabama.
Okay.
How you doing in Alabama?
My question is for Alabama.
My heart. Oh, that's
How do you
Alabama.
spell Alabama?
Going back live.
Because you know people in Alabama take them like an hour and a
All right, you just for funners, we are back.
half.
I got to swap Tyler and Oz's inputs. Boy, that didn't sound right, did it?
Swap it
No.
out. Swap it out.
Swap
Swap it out.
in, swap it down.
So, Mike,
Yes, ma'am.
military Mike.
Whoop, whoop. I
Tonight's the night, baby.
tonight.
So, what's y'all's plans, Doc? You got somewhere to go after the show?
Yes, because I got to go get Niles registered.
Okay, and then what are you doing after the show?
I got-
Doctor's appointment, but then
but
coming
it's
back.
at 2. Yeah, it's down in Stockbridge, so it's not too far. But I mean, yeah, man, the Urban Moo for lunch.
Well, that's why I was asking because I need to go by Gravity too. Hopefully,
Gravity.
Can we do that tomorrow? Or does it
Gravity?
have to be today?
tomorrow we can go tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you.
We can go eat at the Moo tomorrow too. I mean, because
Well, okay,
whatever, just try and keep it simple today. It's a long
Yeah.
day,
yeah, it's gonna be.
so I'm good. I'm downtown Julie Brown. Not really. I'm not a woman. If I was a woman,
You
I'd
look
be
like her. You got the same size cups.
bees. You think those
No.
are bees?
Denise said that you're a D now.
No, I'm not
What
a
do you
D.
think I? Oh, wait,
There's
I can't do that
no
today. Oh,
freaking
never mind. I
way.
can't do that today. I'm sorry. I forgot.
There-
You're
What?
on camera.
You can't do what today?
Shouldn't have a
Nothing.
bra on.
Ah,
I
you were just rubbing yourself and just realized you didn't have a bra on.
Isn't that cool? Mine get hard when you do that.
How did you know that, Mike?
Because I'm a
Because he's a
heterosexual.
dude. He's
Okay,
already
if
been
a-
checking you
If a
out.
guy walks in a room and doesn't look at every woman in there and immediately size up having sex with them, then he's a liar. That's all there is to it. That's what we do. We
Or-
are pack animals.
Or he's a
You think so?
homosexual.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Oh my God! Please don't even get me started on this. Men and women cannot be friends. Like, I mean, it's a facade.
I disagree.
It's a facade. Okay. Now, in this case, because of sexual orientation, obviously, and I have a tremendous amount of respect for you. Not from what you do here.
If
but
it
from
wasn't
what
for me
you did-
being-
what
if
you
it
did
wasn't
before
for-
you got here,
If it wasn't for me being married and have respect for my wife, I would probably still be flirting with girls like I used to. But I try to keep it to,
it
to a
is-
bare minimum because
look,
it's respect for my wife.
It's in our DNA. It is.
Really?
It is. I'm sorry. And let me tell you something. Being around soldiers, because they'll speak openly because we're brothers in arms and all. for all those years in the military, yes, every guy thinks the same. We when we get around women, even let me tell you something. We used to have what was called deployment pretty, because those ugly girls back here when we were in the States that we did all the stuff with, and they're like, I wouldn't with yours, that kind of stuff. When you 6 months into a deployment, you're like 10. She's a 10.
Wow.
And that was deployment pretty rating.
Wow.
Oh, absolutely. Doc, do not be fooled.
I mean, it kind of crushes me a little bit because
I'm sorry, but it's in our DNA.
Because I have so many guy friends who
Lie to you.
I thought that they were just like really my friends.
They are your friends. I can be friends with a woman and still be in love with her or even in lust with her. Look at Crystal.
But that's just gross.
I can't talk when she comes into a room.
But that's just gross that guys are like,
why?
Lusting. That's grody.
No, it's not grody. In fact, it's the exact opposite, because I think the good Lord developed the woman's body to be voluptuous. I obviously with the curves and everything else, you see what I'm saying? It's attractive. That's the whole root of that word, is an attraction. And of course, our bodies fit together for procreation. So
okay, so women, our female listener. Oh, I'm blowing up.
Here we go.
Somebody's inflating the doc again.
No, okay. So one of our listeners, she just sent me a text, and she said, Doc, it's no different than a butch lesbian and a femme lesbian being friends. Butchers and femmes can't be friends. I disagree with that too.
I don't.
I so disagree. My best friends are. I don't have femme friends. I mean, I have very few. Like just like I've got my first set of straight friends now, and I'm so excited to have straight friends.
Yeah.
Let me ask this before you go any further. Then, do you find the statement that everything's based on looks, do you find that to be offensive?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Because here's what I try to explain to people. When people go, oh, people shouldn't be judged by their looks. Okay. For you to have the first thought to walk up to talk to somebody, they either had to have a nice smile, a good butt, blinking eyes that you thought were cute, a nice haircut, something peacock standards.
No.
Something had to attract you visually to make you walk up and talk to those people.
Not me, Scott.
Peacock rules, man.
Not for me. I mean, for me to walk up and talk to somebody, usually I would go.
How'd you meet your wife?
We were Facebook friends, and we met through my work wife.
And you don't think that y'all wasn't stalking each other's pictures?
I was
finding something cute.
No, I was stalking her brain. But
you didn't go stalk her pictures. You're saying you were totally blind.
I did not look at her pictures. I looked because when she used to blog, she used to have her writings, but she never had her pictures.
I'm not saying that you're not in love with her brain. I'm saying first animal instinct of people is you look at the other person and there's something that goes, and it's peacock, man.
No,
dogs do it. Every animal does it. They got a strut.
Every species on this planet does it.
I don't do that though. I don't. When I go to look for somebody, I always go to the person that is sitting alone. And that's who I talk to.
That attracts you.
Right. That attracts me. But it's not their looks.
But it's their characteristics.
It's their character. Right. Thank you. I'm more attracted to characteristics than looks.
But that still turns you on. There's a characteristic that I don't want to, I got to be careful because Scotty's listening. He's not looking at me, but he's listening. I know. So I got to be careful. But yeah, there's something that
you look at my wife. I know. Come on.
No. And you know what? I would never do that behind your back.
No, you do it in front of me.
I do it in front of you, and Crystal knows.
But nobody takes it serious.
I know.
Now
Crystal
we know if I die, you're going to be like, hello, I'm here to bring you lasagna and for any of your needs.
Let me explain something. I'm going to be one of the pallbearers, and I'm going to be running with you.
Come on, fellas, pick up the pace. Pick up the pace. We got to get him in the ground. Get him in the ground. We got to get this dude in the ground before she changes her mind.
Your wife is the epitome of what is beautiful in today's mature woman.
From a listener, it's called the law of attraction. Yeah. It's undeniable. Right. It's science.
Yeah, I just posted right here. I said the same thing. I said it's nature. It's natural.
And I agree with that to a certain extent. Now, Scotty, if
Look,
anything,
somebody sent us a picture of the squirrel that we keep seeing run by. And apparently somebody hit it with a damn car.
See the one I posted with the little 2 G.I. Joe figures?
No, keep going with the attraction.
Scotty,
I left you a text, by the way.
Okay. I just want you to know that if anything ever happens to you, that Benny and I will, we will step up to the plate. We will make sure that Crystal is well protected.
All you douchebags, you and you. Do you see this? You bastards and biatches are planning my death.
Scotty.
You know what?
I'll be mourning your death because I'm a true friend.
Yeah,
I'll let you know that now.
Tyler's the only person not trying to hook up with my wife.
Oh my God, she's lady part blocking me.
Cooter Brown blocking me?
Why's it got to be brown? Okay.
Because the joke's always been Cooter Brown. I'm sorry.
Shooter Brown. Yeah.
But my point is, everybody's trying to plan my death but Tyler.
Yeah, well, you got to watch the ones that sit by themselves.
No. Do you already see where this is going? Tyler's going to be like, now that Scotty's gone, you need a guy in the house, Mom, to help take care of everything, and I can see to it that we keep the radio station and Daddy Scotty's dream alive.
Daddy, I'm not.
No,
Scotty, I am not calling you Daddy.
No, you're gonna be looking at that life insurance policy that's in effect and everything that's possessionally owned, and you're gonna be like, I need a new mommy. Everybody's planning my death.
But Michael say the same thing, that he needs a new mommy.
No, I never. Wait a minute. I never played that role play game thing. Not like that. I mean, I've done some other weird stuff, but. I've done a lot of weird stuff.
Okay, I got another text.
I stopped. I can't. They're all freaking blowing it up. So.
Okay, so this is actually from my ex-boyfriend who
Uh-oh.
who listens.
Wait a minute.
Here we
Wait a minute.
Here we go.
And so, he and I have been friends since we were in the 8th, 9th grade. So he just sent me a text, and he said, you were probably one of the few that actually doesn't look at characteristics. He's like, but I always knew that you were a lesbian, and yeah, I still like you.
And
like me?
And he liked you because you must have been cute once.
Wait.
Oh,
okay, wait.
Wow.
I'm joking, but what I'm saying is people see the beauty, the bubbly, the cute, and they still, no matter if you want to say they don't base it on eyes or not, they still see what they see, and it attracts them.
Okay, and that's exactly what he said. He said, but. He said, hanging with you, it actually brought more girls to me. Really? Okay, I'm not hanging with you anymore.
So he used you.
But
you used me.
Wait. Go back to what I said initially. See?
Yeah. He admitted it.
And if you can get into a guy's psyche and you can gain his trust, which a woman can, because if a woman befriends you, you'll do anything. Eventually, you can manipulate a man into doing anything. My next point.
A new Gucci bag.
Yeah, my next point is that we are attracted. It's not something you can go, I'm not going to be attracted to.
Well, they already say that the pheromones, the scientists have been proven that pheromones attract stuff.
Right. Yes,
I mean,
true.
Hello, deer urine. I mean,
and they do these tests where they take 10 guys and they're all handsome, good looking guys, but they put pheromones on like 2 of them. And the woman will interact with them and then get to the end of the line and say number 7 and number 12. And it's the guys with the damn pheromones on. So, yeah, I mean, I think we have to really go with the fact.
I'm telling you.
I think we really have to go with it's nature. And then the word natural comes from nature. And it's
I'm telling you,
truthfully.
the peacock throws up the tail. He fans it. He blows his chest out. It's no different than a dude at Wild Wings in Snellville. Chest bowed out, trying to pick up a girl.
Every male of every species on this planet has more color or more defined color than the female of the species.
That is very true. That's very true.
Even baboons with that crap hanging out their butt.
But it's some kind of stinky something.
It's more red and peacocks. You ever see a female peacock?
Mm-hmm.
They have a very small plumage.
Yes,
but a male peacock,
turkeys, same way.
Yeah, a male peacock will throw his plumage out and he does that loud ow, ow noise. And
he does what?
That's what they sound, believe it or not.
I wanted you to do it again as well.
Oh, I do it whenever I go to zoos and stuff for people, and it'll get the male to throw out his plumage, which the peacock is
Beautiful.
Amazing
Yes.
animal. If I had property, I'd have numerous.
And I got from a listener, we subconsciously
I wanna
look
see
for
your peacock.
certain traits in mates.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so I love my wife.
And look, I got this from Ravens. I got you back, buddy. I have a hot wife already.
There you
Aw,
go. There
so-
you go.
Doesn't mean you don't want a second one.
So you would actually be. So my
Hey.
wife, she was just we've been laughing about the karaoke thing, and my wife just absolutely has a huge crush on one of our new friends. I'm not going to say the name because I promised her I wouldn't.
Oh my!
What? I'm sorry.
I'm taken. I'm sorry.
I didn't pay attention. I was somebody sent me something that's confusing the living you know what out of me. Ice Bank Mice Elf. And they're saying say it out loud fast.
Say it real fast.
Ice Bank myself.
Ice Bank. Oh,
Okay.
He doesn't get it.
I get it.
Come on, I was loading her up.
Oh, okay.
Guys.
I
Go
got
ahead.
it. No, but she was.
She liked that
Almost. It was almost.
That's what it's about, Doc. I'm just saying. I know your arms don't reach that far.
You
That's the same hand I just spanked myself with. Here, high five.
You got too much zinc in your diet.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Doc, read what your wife's admitting to.
No, she was just saying that, when we were doing karaoke, and there was one point of when we did, it was like all the ladies got up there and we all made a sandwich. And
A sandwich.
yeah, a sandwich. Yeah, sandwich. But she was just saying that was like probably one of the hottest points of the night for her, was watching all of us.
And look, my wife and me were sitting there, and the girl Brittany that works there,
yes,
that's got the badonkadonk. I'm talking, got the
yes.
junk in the trunk. She comes walking by. My wife's like, "Good Lord, that girl got a bunch of booty back there." I was like, "Look, I don't know that you could squeeze any more booty in them yoga pants."
Yeah, that Brittany at the social house.
Was that our waitress last time we went?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Brittany walks by, and it's like all motion and sound in the room just stop,
Now, let me
and
ask you a
everybody
question.
just starts watching her walk by.
And I understand that over the years, men have really become pigs when they talk to women,
Mhm.
and they are extremely disrespectful.
Mhm.
But man, these really, really pretty, very attractive women, why do they act that way?
Act what way?
Like looking down your nose, bitches.
Are you trying to say stuck on themselves?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I understand a boxer has to talk smack because he's a boxer, but I
I
just don't get it.
I think a lot of it has to do with the way that men, it's kind of like my friend Rebecca. Rebecca is a model, and Rebecca's bi now. She went from being a lesbian to being bi.
Mike's bi too. I mean, he buys his.
I bought 2 monsters. They're there.
No, she okay, never mind, y'all. But anyway, Rebecca, when I'm out with her, she just has this certain air about her, and I'm like, why are you being so mean and so arrogant? And she's like, because everybody keeps coming at me the same way. And I was like, yeah, but you don't have to be a little witch about it.
Right.
I'm like, everybody that comes at you are not the people who came at you in the past.
Why is it that the extremely pretty women show up single and go home by themselves? It's because of that.
But,
They
well,
act
I think
like
a lot of it though is about planning, because when I was single for a few years, I didn't want to go home with anyone.
What
No,
I find
yeah,
funny
but,
is all the hot chicks that I knew back in my day that I would date.
Yeah.
I would always hear them in the beginning of this. I can never find a good guy. I
Yeah.
never can find a good guy. And then we start dating, and then I start putting up with a bunch of drama. And I'm like, well, there could be your sign right there. That might be why you can't find a good guy.
I think women in my age group that are single are broken.
A lot of them are.
The guy in
Listen.
the relationship, or the first husband, the second husband, they got a teenage kid. They over freaking emphasize, oh my son, I got to be there for my son because the dad's not in the picture.
I'm gonna tell you
Oh,
my age bracket of
Tons of
when I was single. Here's what was happening. I couldn't date when I was working in the bars and I was single. I was like, okay, you can't date 21 to 25 because those are looking to hook up with somebody that's gonna pay their way.
Mhm.
You can't reach out to the 25 to 30 because those are the ones that have already gotten knocked up, got a little baby, going through a divorce. So you couldn't have a relationship with them because they were rebounds. The 30 to 35, you couldn't really date hardly them because those were the ones that already went through the divorce, have the kids, but you got to deal with baby daddy drama. And they are on the rebound, meaning they're going to hurt whatever guy because they just got hurt. Then when you start getting from the 35 to 40, you got to go, oh my God, now I got to find one that's not crazy. Because what happens is in the bar business, I'm telling you about what the life was. I would watch them go into those age brackets. And then all of a sudden at 35, their kids are almost moving out of the house and they're on this wild party train. They've either went and got their boob jobs or their hair jobs or whatever. And they like all the attention from the young guys.
It's time to live for me.
And I'm telling you, I've heard it's time to live me more times than I can count. But a lot of people go, well, Scott, you're also meeting them in the bars. That's not just there.
Right.
These same women that go to the bars, they still go to school. They still go to the grocery stores. They still work at the post office, or they still work at the school, or they still work at a big office, or they still work for a law firm. These women that you see in a bar, people try to go, oh, it's a bar. It's the same people.
Right.
It's not. Just because one was there on a Tuesday and one was there on a Wednesday doesn't mean that the one on Tuesday doesn't have a normal life, and it doesn't mean the one on Wednesday doesn't have a normal life. And that's the problem and it's not just women. You got screwed up men too.
Well, I want to go back to something that Mike said about women being broken. And that's why Ladies Talk is so important for Crystal and I. And what I really love about working and doing Ladies Talk is broken women create broken communities.
Yep, I agree.
And, I never realized, like a listener said to me a couple of days ago, she's like, I wish that I could have the self-confidence that you do. And what I want to say to her, and I told her that I was going to say this to her on air today. What I want to say to you is I don't have all the self-confidence that you think that I do. I just come in here every day and I show up how I show up and I fake it till I make it. But the difference is all these men that you see sitting right here, they have my back. So you've got to have a team that has your back. You've got to find that one man in your life that loves you unconditionally, that doesn't want anything from you other than to support you. And, and that means, and she's a straight woman. That means that you don't sleep with that man. Whatever you do, do not sleep with him. Don't cross that line.
Look, I'll tell you, and I'm just going to make this quick with what you're saying. I tried to explain to people in the bar business when they would start to hook up with each other. I'm like, listen, I need you to understand tonight's sex is going to be fireworks. And they go, huh? I'm like, it's going to go quick to go up. It's going to go quick to go pop, but the light's going to go out quick too.
Yes.
And they didn't get it. I'm like, right now you're intoxicated. Right now, you got the high of tonight's energy in it. Tomorrow, when you wake up in that hotel room with this guy, the reality is, oh, this wasn't what I thought it was. And you've already committed yourself to something stupid.
Right. So,
and I also want to step back on that conversation I was having for a second before I start getting text messages. When I'm talking about these crazy women, I'm not saying that all of them were crazy by themselves. A lot of them had some stupid guy that screwed them up.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, I wanted to be clear about that. Because I knew somebody was going to somewhere send a text and go, oh, so you're saying the girls are crazy. Well, I'm saying that some dude somewhere helped make her crazy. Yeah. She might not have been there all by herself, and most likely she didn't get there by herself.
And hey, look, when I'm trying to help someone that I'm interested in, if I'm trying to do something for them, I mean, anything, get their car fixed, help them with their resume, whatever. One, I do it with absolutely no expectation of return on my investment. None whatsoever. Now, remember the joke we had before.
Right.
Obviously, I was being my on-air character there, but right now I'm being serious. I have found my age group, the women don't trust men, okay? Mm-hmm. But they overcompensate with their children as an excuse. Now, I'm gonna tell you, I knew dancers and I knew waitresses that worked all night long, 6 nights a week, were drunk, stoned, and on coke when they went home. They didn't spend any time with their children. They didn't spend any time with their others. So now that they've cleaned up and they've gotten older and they can't maintain that lifestyle, why is it so important now? So I'm confused. I'm being rhetorical. I understand why it's important. But here's the thing is all of them say, oh, well, I don't want to be in a relationship right now because you know what? I've been through a bad one and I really just want to wait until the absolute perfect guy shows up. Well, I got some news for y'all. There ain't no freaking
Well, I tell people quit looking because the fact that you're trying to search for one means you're going to overlook one.
It's
just wait. The ones that are meant to happen.
Yeah, I'm real big on that. And the other thing is I was being honest when I said that a male and a female, I don't think they can be friends like close, holding hands and doing all that other stuff without that popping into a man's head. Can't speak for a woman. And the text message I'm getting from women are, yeah, we do it too. So and working with women for years, I do have a relatively decent insight. But I guess the big thing is that, man, people, you know what I've actually had to tell a woman? I actually told a woman that I understand all your walls. I understand because, that's the topic for women. Oh, I got my walls and my defensive walls. And I said, well, look, I'm not going to try to break down your walls because I understand that's what behind those walls is precious enough to you that you'll protect it. So I'm willing to do what the Israelis did with Jericho. I will wait and walk around until those walls crumble. And
go ahead. I was just going to say, a listener says that no, they're pretty much just nuts, naturally crazy, biologically nuts.
Yeah. See that one, my age group, dating in my age group, one is they're right at that age group where they really, really, really are starting to question their attractiveness, because they still want to wear the string bikini. And sometimes they do, and they really shouldn't, they lay out in the sun way too much, and their skin looks like alligator skin,
They get what I call the cougar chest.
The leather suitcase.
And I don't understand, why do women feel that that's attractive? Because it's not.
I don't even know if
that dead air just went.
No,
I'm asking. I got a woman here that'll talk to me.
Okay,
does it look like she lays out?
Well,
a little bit. She's got a mocha thing going.
Now you're gonna get dark.
Maybe she's just a light skinned girl.
I just got a text.
What a ribbon.
Dark.
What up?
I'm going to give you a baseball bat. Just lean over and pop them one.
Man, I can't wait to go to that barbecue with you. I'm taking a plate home.
But there's no vegetarian stuff. Okay, so one of my listeners just wants me to talk about lesbian after marriage. I don't know if I want to go there right now.
Save that for the ladies talk.
Yeah, let me table that one. I don't want to go there. And there's a reason why I don't want to go there.
God, that's a topic for December.
Yeah.
Can we focus on what we're talking about?
Okay, so about the laying out in the sun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And why I have, I always dated white women, and I would never date girls who tanned. And the reason why is because their skin would wrinkle. And that, to me, that was just like so not attractive at all. I mean, spray tan is great, but I mean, women who laid out in the sun, their skin it had like a leathery.
It's been baked.
Is it a desperate attempt?
I don't think it's a desperate attempt. I think that those women who are, and I'm, and I can't really speak for people who tan because I don't have to tan. But I think that it's an attempt to, for some reason, people make the comment, oh, you look pasty. Like being pasty white is a bad thing.
I'm okay with it. There's a lot of work gone into this.
Years and years ago, that was the look. And then in Scotty's case, redheads generally don't get in the sun because they freckle up and everything. And it's not good for their skin.
And it's not good for their skin. Yeah, I would much rather have a woman who was pasty and healthy.
You know how to fix women's wrinkles right there?
No.
No, just keep getting bigger boobs.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really?
That hurt me.
If you love your wife, you'll pay for the boob job.
You know what? That hurt me, and I'm only a B cup.
All right, let's talk about
it's like a facelift.
No, let's talk about paying for boobs for a second. Why do men
That's a joke, by the way.
feel that the bigger the boobs, that's going to fix everything self-esteem wise with a woman?
Who thought that?
It doesn't.
That's a misconception that you women think.
That's not true.
Not all guys feel that way. Why would you think that?
You just said it.
It's
you
a
just,
joke.
You just said pay
I
for
said
the
it's like a facelift. It pull the skin tighter.
Yeah, but boobs are not everything. And I mean, think about it, because I know
I was simply making a statement on how to remove
and I'm just
the wrinkles in the valley.
I'm just responding to you, honey.
Yeah, but you took it as if I meant boobs are the answer. No, I'm saying that would
No.
fix your wrinkle problem
But
or gain 50 pounds.
I can't with these men today. I cannot with these men today.
That's why I can't mess with y'all.
That's why I can't mess with y'all. I can't mess with y'all. I can't
See,
mess
I
with
told
y'all.
And look, a listener just said women think that, not men.
Yeah. See, I told you one
Okay,
black
but-
lesbian wouldn't be as tough as 3 guys. Told you.
But women have
How
to
can
get,
you even say 3 guys? We're 2.5 men.
Oh, that's like a show.
I mean, you know, he's kind of
Wait, no.
he's kind of manly, kind of,
He's
in a
fat.
yeah, in his size sort of way.
I'm hairy.
Oh, Tyler.
See why we have to have a woman in here? There has to be a
Tyler.
woman.
That was just no, baby.
Here it goes.
No.
From a man. Women
What?
believe it makes them more attractive from a birthing perspective.
Okay, so
Really?
It's from a listener.
well, you know, because I was a J cup all my life, and so finally I got a breast reduction.
No
And-
way.
Yeah.
That is sacrilegious, by the way.
Well,
What?
my stepmother, one of my stepmothers, one of the 8,
I think my mom.
she was so big that it was making her lean forward and
That's-
hunching in her back, so she had to have something
Yeah,
done.
that's what-
And she's
You know.
still as big as my head.
I think my mom also.
Would that be
Yeah.
an H cup?
Well, you know, in my
Yeah,
bra,
holy hell.
I used to pay over $450 for one bra. So I mean, my
And now
bras
they got
were
that place in Atlanta that make bras per
intimacies.
individual lady.
Yeah, that's where I used to go.
So we need to go there
Intimacies.
one day.
Scotty, what do we need to go to intimacies for?
Because we have a radio station. Why would we not?
Well,
Other women need to know about it.
Crystal and I will go.
My
there.
wife needs to go. Why can I not go?
Crystal and I will go.
Why's it got to be?
Keep your
women are taking
testicles out
over.
of this, okay, Scotty?
Hey,
This has nothing to do in a perverted sort of way. I'm saying, why would I not go to support a business that's there to help people?
you see what's going on, right?
Crystal and
taking
I.
I
will
mean,
go.
y'all are some judgmental vaginas.
They're taking over, dude. I'm
Remember,
telling you.
girls run the world. Women in radio.
See,
Hashtag.
I'm telling you, they're taking over the world.
Hashtag. But okay, so back to breasts. Since we're on breasts this morning.
Yes, and the listener just said,
Breasts.
birthing traits are the ones that men look for, but not boobs. We look at hips primarily and overall health.
Really?
I don't know.
That from a listener.
Well,
I'm just saying.
It's
I don't
right there.
Well, it's from a
I
listener.
see. I see.
know. Okay, I'm
Okay.
I'm attracted to a certain type of woman.
I've always been a butt man. I like boobs and butts and smiles and eyeballs. Every single woman on this planet has
eyes.
has something that makes them hot. If it's the way they blink and smile at you and cut their eyes, if it's a way that they smile at you,
And why is that?
it's just because it's peacocks, man. It's the peacock
I'm telling
syndrome.
you, I agree.
Every
100%.
woman's got something.
I agree.
You know, and
100%.
I always made the joke back in the day when I was single. They would say, "Do you want a girl with a good butt or good boobs?" I said, "I want a girl with a good butt because I can buy boobs."
Yeah, see, I was different. I said, you know what I said? I want both.
I'll take the brains. I'll take the girl. with the
Personality.
brains.
Well, I got the overall package now, but
Yeah, you got the
before
total package.
I didn't have that.
She wants one with brains. So, I mean, when you walk up to someone, do you like stick your finger in their eye and
I used to
probe
date
their
girls
brain?
and I would try to tell people the reason I quit dating ex strippers and ex Hooter girls or girls that were Hooter girls. I'm like, anybody that spends that much time trying to make themselves look Barbie, they don't give a crap about you. Their overall objective is
Same
trying to
thing with
make
guys.
themselves look good.
Same
Same
thing
with
with
guys.
money.
Yeah, same thing with
guys spend all that time in the gym. They're not. They're doing it to be so.
Well,
they're
if you're
strong.
spending 8 hours in the gym, when do you have time for your old lady?
You don't.
And you won't. I mean, because think about it. I know there's a bunch of big burly guys out there probably want to kill me, but hey, get this: when you're doing all that, you're not stronger. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why men worked out, was to be stronger, to work in the fields and to build and all that other stuff. Now they do it because they're conceited,
Right.
you know, and they want, ooh, everybody look at me. And then when everybody looks at them, you know what they go? They say, oh,
Don't
don't
look
touch
at me.
me.
But
I'm great.
There's a
Or why are you looking at me? Why are you
the
looking
new-
at me? You got
the
a
new-
problem?
The new it thing is having what they call a dad bod.
What's a dad?
I
bod?
got it.
I got it.
Me and my granddaughter both have the pop belly.
I got it. Well, you know what?
P-O-P, the pop belly.
Not necessarily like
Mike got the grandpop belly.
not like a beer belly or anything.
I don't
like
yeah, it's not a beer belly.
abs are no longer a thing. I mean, it
In
you
your
just look like a
case,
new
yeah.
human.
In your
Like,
case, your abs are gone, dude.
And how about this from the listener? And a lot of these are from Alex defending men and how he sees things. He says that's just science behind our natural drives. We still like boobs, though.
Absolutely.
So boobs and butt, but not brain.
He didn't say that. He
Well, no,
was
I
just
mean,
saying that he's kind of agreeing, though, that it is science, that your eyes, I've always, and I'll probably die saying this, if I wouldn't have looked out of that booth and go, man, look at the butt on that girl right there, I probably would have never met Crystal. If I wouldn't have been physically attracted to Crystal, I probably would have never have met Crystal.
I agree.
Meaning not just say, hey, how are you?
Right.
I never would have fell in love with her. I never would have spent time with her. Me and Crystal actually, the first night we left work together, instead of a hookup, we went to the Waffle House at 4:00 in the morning and we sat under a light pole in her car until 9 in the morning, 10 in the morning, watched the sun come up, kept talking. I'm like, look, we've both been up over 24. We probably need to go home. The next time we hung out, we met at the mall and it was like 3:00 in the afternoon. Went in, I bought a new phone, and actually she bought it for me because of the way the credit card thing was working that day. She ended up putting it on her card, and we sat out in the parking lot till 10:30 that night. Until mall security right around 11 is like, look, you need to leave the mall. It's closed. Never touched her.
I love this.
We just
story.
talked.
Yeah.
And I think that was the first time I ever have truly had an adult relationship. And I've always prided myself on that.
Can I tell you a quick story about me and the mother of my children?
Sure.
I was Major General Akers' bodyguard, and he was flying in to talk at a basic training graduation. He just did this kind of crap. I was there before he arrived, and we were putting security out. I was up on a roof of this small building. The guy on the radio, and we used to call them bricks because they were this big old 5-watt radio. And he goes, "Oh, dude, you got to see this chick in the white hat." So I crawled to the end of the roof, but it got really steep. So I had to kind of like get down on my hands and knees to look over. As soon as I looked over, she was looking right back at me. And she goes, "What are you looking at?" And I said, "You." About 2 days later, she started working at the bowling center that I used to part-time at. And, 30 years later, 2 grandkids, my daughter, 2 sons. So you see what I'm saying is here's the twist. If my mother had never been shot and killed, I would have never went in the military. Didn't go in the military.
You wouldn't be where you are.
Wouldn't
Right.
have met Connie, wouldn't have kids, wouldn't have grandchildren. So, yeah, is there divine intervention? Yeah, I believe so.
Well, and I make the joke all the time that if I wouldn't have met Crystal, I would have continued doing the same thing that I was doing, and I'd probably still be in the same situation that I was in.
Absolutely.
Which was from one bimbet to another.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, okay, so I'm going to fully disclose here.
Yeah.
I
ahead.
went through.
You already came with no bra on. Don't disclose anymore.
Oh, Scotty, you didn't have to tell everybody that. Oh my gosh! Now I'm really self-conscious. Well, okay, so
We still love y'all.
Janet Jackson, just for fun.
Look, don't get up and pull a Justin with her.
No, because I went through a period where and women do this too. We just don't talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I went through my I call it my run through them phase. And I never will forget, I was at a bar, my sister's room, and I had met this woman, and she was a very attractive butch. And we went back to her house, and we're intimate with each other. So I get up, I get dressed, I'm putting my clothes on, and she's like, do you want to, what's your name? What's your number? I was like, I don't need your name. I don't need your number. I'm never going to see you again.
Wow, one night stand.
That's cold,
man.
And
just goes to show that men are not the only one.
No, you're not. You're not. And I did that for honestly, I did that for a long time until I met Benny, and we started dating, and then we got married. And I think I did it because I had been hurt so much. And
which is where I was saying that women kind of go through that phase.
Yeah, you go through that phase. You go through.
I'm going to do what's been done to me.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it was I'm not going to allow my heart to go there again. You know, I'm going to protect my heart by any means necessary.
I so disagree.
What?
Well, this needs to be a topic for ladies talk.
Well,
We've
I'm
like
not
gotten
allowed.
all serious.
I'm not allowed in the studio.
No, but you can call in.
Yeah, they don't take my calls.
That's not
Whatever.
true. We
They
do.
take my calls.
All right, y'all. We're at 9:49. Is there anything else we got today? What are you doing today?
Me?
Me?
Both of you.
Oh. Okay, Mike, you go first.
Well, I got a doctor's appointment. I'm gonna eat some lunch, and then of course tonight is the premiere of Guns and Gadgets. And we're gonna talk about tonight. We're gonna talk about mainly the first thing you should always talk about when you're dealing with guns. We're gonna talk about gun safety tonight. And safety on, finger out of the trigger. And we're gonna talk a little bit about range etiquette. Because
we can't even get radio etiquette. We're going to talk about radio etiquette.
Well, we're going to talk.
Go.
Yeah. We're going to talk about those things because those are the things as an instructor I talk about before. I talk about range etiquette and I talk about safety before we even go to the range. That way, people aren't intimidated. Then gadgets. Tonight's topic is probably going to be exciting, but a lot of people don't know about it. I wanted to talk about Bitcoin, and I wanted to talk about solar and wind power.
Okay.
So we're gonna have a little fun.
And
tonight.
the good thing about the solar and wind is something that can continue to go and go and go because more and more stuff keep coming out.
And here's the big thing with that too is it's getting cheaper. So now it's affordable. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, 1900 to 2100, and for you straight legs, that's 7 to 930.
And I saw a building. It's kind of oddly to word it this way, but it was made out of concrete, and it's behind the the thing we went to do the other day, and we took pictures of Zaley looking out of that circle.
That was really cool.
This building, the way it's designed with concrete, it has cut logs. So when you're standing on the outside looking at it, part of the brick, I mean, not brick, but part of this concrete holds this thing up is there's logs turned where you see like the rings of the logs.
Right.
So instead of it being turned left to right, it's end to end.
Yeah.
And there's also beer bottles, so that light shines from the outside through the inside. And then on the inside where there's a hole, you can put like a little wooden dowel in there. You could hang product, say a purse, a coat. There are so many ways.
It sounds like what they do like in Pakistan and Asia.
That's what I was going to say.
with
It's the
plastic
type of stuff they
bottles,
do in other
to get
countries.
light, you know?
So I was sitting there going, man, I could build one of these in the backyard as a tool shed if I wanted to.
He said tool.
Well, I've got to build a shed.
That's right. You do have to build.
I'm building a shed.
So after the show, I'm going to go up and register Niles for tutoring in Decatur. So we're going to do that. And then the other thing that I'm doing, I got to do this before I leave, is I got to order us some more molds for our
We don't need any more moles. Denise just went and got one cut off. We don't need any moles.
I said mold.
Oh, mold.
When you get a mold cut off, do you get to keep it?
Yeah, they put it in a takeaway souvenir package.
Do they really?
That's cool.
They put them in it. They put it in like formaldehyde.
They put it in a plastic keychain. You can carry it around with you.
Oh, and then I do want to shout out to Essentially Yours in Old Town Conyers. It's an incredible ladies store. And this is like, okay, if you have that woman in your life and you don't know what to get her.
And what kind of store is it?
It's a boutique. They do monogramming.
And they're located?
They're located in Old Town Conyers, right beside the sketching pad. And I hung out with the owner yesterday. She is absolutely incredible. She's funny, and she's going to come on Ladies Talk with us to talk about women in business.
Are men allowed to go in the store?
Yes, Mike.
Why do you gotta be like that?
Because the women are taking over, dude.
Well, we still earn 74 cents to your dollar.
I was going to say they're the other half of our society.
Well, they're 54% of our population, and if they're earning
and you
less,
still can't get a date.
No, and they're earning less than we make, but they're more in control. That tells you right there they're good at what they do
because we're better organized.
Well,
look, they control 100% of the hoo-ha and 50% of the money.
No,
so but yeah,
everyone that I've met, that's how it goes. They control 100% of the hoo-ha.
100%. 100%. And when you go out on a date, do you realize? Not you, but do you realize that when you go out on a date, the woman is the only one who knows that night if they're going to have sex or not? A man. Oh my God! Yes, it is.
No,
a man has no clue. He might. No. He might not. A woman.
You can't.
She knows.
you can't sit there and tell me that you know for a fact that a man is going to make the decision whether or not he's going to get some.
Okay, for me, when I dated guys, I didn't. If he didn't make the move, then it wasn't happening. Not so much as.
But if he made the mood,
I know what song I'm playing next.
If he made the mood, you got to choose yes or no.
Right, I got to choose yes or no, but he had to make the move first. So to say that the woman was the only one who knew that it was going down was not true.
Yes, you get to decide when he makes a move, and you've already made the decision if he doesn't make.
It's like the president. He gets a bill. You decide whether you veto it or it passes. That's how it is, and that's where it becomes
2/3 vote, buddy. You're going home alone.
So that's what we've got going on.
And you can't talk. I mean, you have your little cabinet members, your girlfriend.
We got a call.
Uh-oh.
Just for Fun Radio.
What are you wearing?
Shut up, Mike.
Oh my God!
Hoo-ah!
Hoo-ah! Hoo-ah!
Is that short for whore?
No, that's military.
Is that another
I
word?
call my mom like that.
Whoa! I didn't know your mother was a short whore.
I didn't know her.
H-E-C-K. I said heck.
Hey.
Hoorah.
Going on? This is the guru.
The guru of music. So what's the deal, man? What's going on? We used to have guests all the time on the show in the morning.
It's summer vacay. He's spending
Leave
it
him
with his
alone,
wife.
Mike.
School starts
Summer.
back soon.
Hey, did he?
I got the comedian a couple days ago.
Okay, so cool.
Mike is horrible.
Yeah, do y'all still have nooners? You have
Forget
nooners?
about it.
Forget about
I
it.
got 2 nooners right here.
Whatever. Those aren't nooners.
All right,
So-
well, we're fixing to bug out. Get
Yeah,
to the
man. Hey,
questions.
come on, man. Come on. Hit us up with some guests in the morning.
He's getting back to a normal
morning.
schedule.
He's not
Leave him
normal.
alone.
He is not normal.
Look, y'all's little picking stuff
quit
can
picking
happen
it.
through texts and
Quit picking on
emails.
you guys.
But,
He doesn't live in Texas. He lives in Oklahoma.
oh, my Jesus. You can pick on him through messaging, not live.
Okay. I do love you. You're my favorite vegetable.
All right. Thanks.
Jeez. All right, man. We're fixing to bug out of here. Thanks for calling in, though. Anything of importance of
Appreciate
today?
your night.
All right, man. See you later.
You too, man.
See you, dude.
I thought it was
All right, y'all. We're down to 4 minutes. Anything else?
I'm good.
Hey, this Thursday is our Pay It Forward, so I'm excited. Jennifer Wolf's going to be in the studio with us. Yeah.
So tonight's Tyler with Guns and Gadgets, co-hosting Military Mike,
and then tomorrow is Electric High with Aaron Hill.
and
That is
co-hosting
gonna be so
Steve.
cool.
Oh, let me tell y'all the greatest thing ever, and it should have been on video yesterday. I'm sitting here filming. Recording commercials. Aaron's on that side, Steve's on your spot, and they are arguing over who is sitting in the captain's seat.
It was so funny.
Who is going to be the boss of the show? The
And-
two of them, it's priceless.
Yeah, she's outspoken and forward, and Steve does one of these. He turns his head and he talks like this. You know,
He's like, I'm sitting in there.
Yeah.
She's like, no, I am. You're sitting over there.
and he'll go, okay, well, I make the decisions about this, and she'll go, she'll wait, and she'll go, no, he doesn't.
So all our night shows, Tuesday through Thursday, our Monday night kind of got a little screwed up. We got to find somebody to run it. But our Tuesday through Thursday, everything starts at 7 and roughly goes to 9. The ladies talk supposed to go to 8:30, but they do carry over a little bit. Are you going to 8:30?
9:30.
You're going to 9:30.
Yeah, 7 to 9:30.
Okay, see, I didn't know. So
Yeah.
So everybody starts at 7.
Yeah.
What we try to do is say, let's go to, and Mike's a little different, but like, I try to say, let's promise him that we're going to at least go to 8:30. If we go over, great. So that's kind of what Steve and them said. Look, we're going to do 2. If we go over, great. So that's kind of what Mike's like. Look, I'm just going to go ahead and go over. Mike's like, I'm going to tell you I'm going to go over.
Yeah, because you got to remember, here again, it's not a formatted show.
Right.
We're going to be talking about stuff. I hope
Right.
I get a lot of interaction from some call.
But if you wrap it up, you wrap it up. I just want people to understand that I would rather people say we're going to go guaranteed this point to this point.
Yeah.
And if we go over, we go over. But I just don't want people getting mad because it's not like the morning show. The morning show, we try to stay between a certain time frame. Our night show's a lot more relaxed, a lot more lenient on how fast people move around.
Yes.
Daytime is a little different.
Right.
Right.
Morning show is fast.
All right, so Scotty, shout out our sponsors, our newest sponsor.
Pound,
Dun.
pound, pound. What?
Our our newest sponsor.
What? Boop. We're just kidding. We got the pampered puppy. Boop. Oh, we got a phone call. I've been waiting on that. Good. Just for fun. I was trying to waste time. Just fun radio.
Hey, I was just calling to tell Mike he could also talk about the gadgets with the vaping stuff for one night.
Yeah, we're going to do that after we go because I couldn't carry on a conversation with it right now to save my life. I don't know anything about it.
I do.
Right,
So,
but I'm just saying that's a topic for you to go with on a Tuesday.
Oh, definitely. Oh, we already planned out. Man.
Yeah. Because we're going to get Alex to come in the studio too. I think what we're going to try to do is get Alex, and everybody to just kind of meet. Yes. And let's make kind of a field trip out of it and go down to Rolling Rock Vapor right there on 278 in Covington and just kind of,
everybody could Periscope and all.
Yeah,
it would be freaking.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
But
I got to disagree with the guy earlier. He was saying that the vaping is the rich man smoking.
No, it's cheap.
I mean, I buy 3 bottles and it lasts me 2 weeks, and I spend less than $30.
Cool, and that's good to know.
And that's between me and my fiance.
Right.
We both vape off of those 3, and it lasts us 2 weeks.
That's awesome, actually. Because if you think cigarettes, man, God, man, they make a killing.
And where can he buy a carton of cigarettes for $30? Because when I was smoking, I was spending $48.
Good Lord!
Wow, how much is a carton of cigarettes now?
And it depends too if you're smoking like name brand, top of the line.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, I smoke Camels, and I was spending, like I said, around $48 per part.
Crap! I didn't know they were that expensive.
And that was lasting for 2 of us like half a week.
Right. Wow. Syntax, man. Syntax. The government's making their money off that cigarette.
I had no freaking idea cigarettes were that expensive. I used to run cigarettes over into Canada when I was in upstate New York.
No, thanks for sharing their illegal activities.
Well, because back then a pack of cigarettes here was $2, and their cigarettes were like $7-8. And so I'd feel
and now we're about the same.
Yeah. Well, I think that's because everybody started bickering about it killing people and stuff.
So obviously with the one, I quit back in February, so I'm still like a newbie to it as well.
Okay, cool.
But I've been on the 20th of this month. It'll be 6 months without any tobacco.
Oh wow!
And I used to smoke a pack and a half a day and dip on top of it.
Oh man!
Good.
Now let me ask you a question. You've been doing it for 6 months now.
6 months on the 20th of this month.
Okay. Do you see any? When I smoked, in the club, God, there was at 12, 15 feet, there was just a cloud, because we could smoke inside. But do you feel better? Is it?
Totally.
Okay.
Cool. Within the first month, I was breathing a lot easier.
Cool.
My overall skin health changed.
Yeah, definitely.
I shaved my head, and my hair started growing faster. My nails start growing faster. You don't have that stench all over you at all times.
Yeah, that's cool.
And, you can walk into, now I can be sitting there, I drive all day. So I'll be behind a vehicle that someone's smoking, and it'll start coming through the AC vents, and I'm sitting here gagging, trying to get around them.
Yeah.
And so, your overall perspective of it is a night and day scenario.
Oh, yeah. And see, Tubby was a dipper, big time Copenhagen dipper. Now he's gone to vaping because it's going to give him a flavor and occupy him, but it's going to keep him now from getting lip cancer and throat cancer. Some of our other friends, I went to school with, one guy, Billy, has stomach cancer and esophagus cancer, and they're now linking it going back to his throat because all the years of swallowing Copenhagen.
God.
And Rob vapes too. It's just kind of I'm not going to say a trend, but it's a healthy alternative
Good,
to giving up smoking.
I'll totally call it a trend.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Because it's a select few that are still doing it.
Yeah.
I'll call it a trend every day if you want me to.
Turned into
I'll take a trend and live over a non-trend, and not get to see my
has there been any
grow up.
Has there been any reported deaths or injuries or side effects from vaping?
Not yet.
There is reports of certain things, but they can't definitively link
Yeah, there's no positive proof.
They sit there and talk about, well, the mods sit there and they cause fires, they heat up in your pocket. Well, idiot, so does cell phone.
Well, I was going to say, okay, let's look at it this way. Let's look at it this way. People need to think about how stupid this conversation is. There's thousands upon thousands upon thousands of space heaters sold every day. There are millions of space heaters in houses all around the world. And you see and hear occasionally of one that catches a fire. Come on, if there's going to be thousands upon thousands, there's bound to be one defective something. And that's the world we live in. And people have got to realize that.
Well, it also comes down to the stupidity of the,
the individual
the person utilizing the project.
Yeah, buddy.
Because, I mean, think about it. Here in the next few months, it's going to start getting colder. And how many people are we going to hear about dying of smoke inhalation because they light a freaking grill in the house?
That's right.
Yeah.
People got to be smarter.
Now, you said do you work from a vehicle? So you're in a vehicle all day?
All day.
Okay. Now, when you go into establishments, do you find that you get, do they ask you to stop or you can't do that in here?
There are some establishments that, you know, they still stay with the trend of no smoking. And I'm a smart ass. So
imagine that. Thanks for calling.
You're just for fun.
I have a little band, right? I have a little band that's on my tank of my vape pen. It says it's not smoke, it's vape. Or it's vapor. And, you know, I just show the people that, and most of the time they're like, oh, okay, and they sort of leave you alone. But, you know, once people start turning their heads at you and seeing you blowing the cloud of smoke, it still doesn't matter.
I saw that the other night on a TV show, and here again, I just kind of go, what the hell? It's so I can have a cup of hot tea or a cup of hot coffee with steam coming off of it, but I can't.
I think it's the fact that it's coming out of their mouth.
But
is what
it's
creeps
not.
it out.
There is no second hand.
I'm not agreeing. Right? I'm just playing devil's advocate.
But there's no second hand effect.
I
right?
vape. I vape.
I vape.
I've never seen you vape.
I don't do it often, but I vape.
Okay. Well, I didn't know. I'm just saying.
Now, let me hang up with this for the catch the next caller. Thanks though for calling in.
That was great. Thank you.
And listen to tonight's show. They're gonna be discussing all this.
I'm sure it's gonna come up.
We got.
It will be.
All right. Thanks for calling.
We got to talk.
Have a good one.
I got to catch this one. Thanks. All right. This is Alex.
There he is.
Hey,
man. Go ahead.
Dude.
What's going on?
What's happening?
Yeah. See,
I could talk about vaping for days.
I know.
Well, and this is going to be great. I know this is just going to be right now. We're trying to end the show, but this is a great segue to get to the point that this is going to make a show, and maybe tonight discuss some vaping,
Alex
and then still make a bigger show when we go explore it.
Alex,
go ahead, Alex.
Tonight and give us
I
a little
agree.
bit, you know.
But you guys touched on safety, and I've been vaping since 2010 now. I've seen the entire evolution. The one thing I would say to people who are new to it, who are just going into it, is battery safety is the most important thing you need to learn and pay attention to. Now there's this sub-ohming craze going on, which puts a lot of stress on the batteries, high amperage, high current.
What was that again? What was that called again?
Sub-ohming. It's coil resistance below 1 ohm. I mean, people are all the way down to 0.01
I'll explain.
Okay, listen, and I want to bring that down. Being an electrician and doing car stereos, I'm gonna tell you the difference. Okay, and then doing my PAs. Okay, so home stereo, and I'm trying to make it make sense to you. Home stereos work. The speakers and everything works on 8 ohms.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if I take a speaker and loop, say I come out of my amp with one positive, one negative, and I reach one speaker. That's an 8 ohm speaker. If I loop to the next speaker, it drops my ohms in half, which now becomes a 4 ohms. So what's happening is those two speakers now are pulling 4 ohms out of an 8 ohm amplifier. If I continue to keep dropping my ohms, if you've got an amp that is not made to drop down on these ohms, the wiring's going to heat up. You're going to start melting the coils on the speakers.
Precisely.
And that's kind of where he's going.
Okay.
Exactly. So you've got vape shops now. They're just following the market, moving into sub-ohm, but they're selling batteries that are rated at 20 amps. You've got people sub-ohm and pulling 30, 40 amps.
Your amps go up.
That's a lot of amps.
Pulsing at 60 amps, and that's what causes batteries to fail.
And see,
anybody, all I want to say today is anybody that goes to the store, make sure your batteries can keep up with your coils.
And
otherwise, you're just asking for trouble.
And he'll be able to say this because I'm going to give you another comparison, and he knows more about the vaping. I'm going to give you a comparison that's going to prove what he's talking about. Be an electrician. Here's how it works. A dimmer switch only turns your voltage down to your light bulb. That's how your light bulb gets dim, is the voltage is getting cut down.
Mhm.
But what people's not realizing is when you cut your voltage down, your amperage increases.
Right.
So that's why your wiring and stuff start melting on stuff, and people don't realize this is why a fire starts. For instance, you take an 1800 watt space heater, and that needs to be on a 12 gauge wire, good for 20 amps. These people are running them on those orange drop cords that you buy. They don't realize the wiring's too small. So what you're doing is you're heating up the wire until the wire can't take it anymore, and it starts melting and causing a fire. What he's talking about on these vapes is these people are taking these ohms, they're changing the ohms, and this battery's not rated for this extra amperage and heat, and everything starts melting. And that's the problem when you get into electricity. And you're holding this in your hand.
Yeah, okay, so you're saying you change the ohms.
Well, in other words, what he's trying to say, and he's probably going to explain it better to me, though, is when you change the ohms, you have to have a battery that's rated for the extra amperage.
Man, that sounds like a little bit of work.
And what happens is a lot of these fly-by-night vape stores, they're just selling you these components, and they're not telling you that when you take this magazine for this AR-15, it doesn't auto-load correctly. You see the that's the analogy.
That's a good analogy. I can also tell you that Rolling Rock Vapor takes battery safety seriously.
Cool.
I know those guys. Been going there since the day they opened.
Awesome.
They take it seriously, and they know their stuff. So if
Good
you
deal.
do want to get into it, go visit them.
Go to a very safe, highly recommended store, and that is one of them. We're friends with the owners, very great guys. They know. Think about this, y'all. When you're putting these things to your lips, they need to be safe.
Oh, yeah. Well, here's the thing, too, just so everybody knows. Alex is a behind-the-scenes guy for us on Guns and Gadgets, and he's one of the editors on our Facebook page. And Alex, absolutely, when we're going to plan this out, buddy, and I would appreciate, and I'd be honored if you'd come with us.
Oh, he knows his stuff. When it comes to Glocks and this, he knows it.
Yeah, no, I'd love to come and talk about guns, vaping, gadgets, whatever.
Cool.
I would love to.
All right, Alex. Thanks for calling in.
We appreciate you on
Be
the
listening
staff, buddy.
tonight for sure. And anytime you want to call in, dude, you know your stuff, and I know you know your stuff. So we definitely want you to be involved.
Or I'll be texting
All right,
you.
brother. We'll do.
All right, see you later. Thanks for the call.
Yeah, man. See you.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye. Wow. All right, everybody. We did go over a little bit, but we're going to get going.
Holy smokes, there's a lot to
I'm telling you, there's a lot to it. There's a lot to it.
The surface.
But people have to think about this. I mean, for instance, Rob's Performance. He is a stickler about when you're going to put all these train horns on your car. People go, I want to get a train horn.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's like, well, you need to put a compressor, and then you need to put this extra tank, but then you need to figure out about the wiring of said. And people go, well, I just was going to get you to put the train horn in. No, I may need to add extra batteries. You may need to get a higher alternator. I mean, that's the sort of thing people don't think about. They just want what they want, and they never visualize what it's going to take to do it.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's what makes a very good business is when they try to see the long haul. They try to see 4 steps ahead of you. They see your wants, and they want to make sure that they give you your wants, but they want to make sure it's safe too. All right, everybody, we're going to get out of here. I know we went over a little bit. It's just fun in the morning. Everybody have a terrific day. Make sure you check out Guns and Gadgets with Tyler tonight at 7 p.m. Mike's going to be sitting in here in the background talking about a little bit of guns.
I'm going to get drunk.
No shooting of guns in the house while you're drunk.
Okay, so if I don't get drunk, can I shoot?
No. I just want to make sure there was no redneck rules that went off tonight.
Redneck rules. I like that. Redneck rules.
All right, y'all. We're out of here. It's just fun in the morning. Everybody, hang tight. This next song goes out to the doc because she was making a comment about busting a move and one of the callers as well. So everybody, this next song goes out to doc. We'll see y'all on the flip side. Thanks for tuning in to Just From the Radio, everybody.
Awesome. See you guys.
Thank you.
Camera's still on.
Yeah. Bye, camera. Bye, everybody.
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in to Just for Fun Radio. Thank you. Thank you.